In a time before a storm, in a land ruled by a god, there was peace, there was prosperity. But time was unkind. A storm raged over the lands and swallowed it whole. The world was lost to time. Now there is only sand and ash, the old god, long forgotten. But in a desolate place, there remains a mark of the old god, a mark of hope. The world as our heroes knew it is no more. The skies have turned permanently dark with black clouds and storms of ash. Cinders in the air and large swaths of the lands are scorched, and their fauna petrified. Creatures no longer seem to die, and their souls are trapped in between the living and the dead. Regular strange storms and the overflowing presence of the undead make travel dangerous and survival hard. Above all that is a curse that seems to blight these lands, and the origins of both the storms and the curse are still unknown. Welcome, honored guest. I see you have made yourself comfortable. I have the great honor to be the first to welcome you into our world. A world with over 10,000 years of written history, with ancient magic and great mysteries. A world where the moons are two and the gods are plenty. A world with dangers and opportunities, but not always in equal measure. A world of the mind of the Creator, where his children roam and our heroes have to survive, or perhaps even thrive. As we will all follow their journey together, let's have them introduce themselves.
Megovanen, wel met. I am Egerwijn Emdir, proud inheritor of the most ancient bloodlines of this land. I believe that within the blood of my kin, the elves, lies the divine spark that birthed the gods. Over the past decades, I have pursued these secrets, practicing alchemy and bloodcraft, even when that meant exile. I long to return to my tribe that populate the grasslands of Aetherion, and with my findings unlock the true potential of elfenkind. That I've been transported a complete elven lifetime into a grim future is a hindrance, but one I can surely overcome.
Bragi is the happy-peppy airhead hippo of the group. As far as Bragi knows, he was born in this world, and thus he sees this as his home. His family told Bragi that they originally came from a place called the Lonely Plains, and that they got pulled into this world thanks to a great war. His fellow hippos wanted to go back home, so they trained to become strong and be safe on their journey back home. However, Bragi did not want to train. He often slacked off and would rather sing songs, make music, or tell stories he heard or made up on the spot. One day, Bragi got sent out to look for food and water, and thus he kept walking and walking until he stumbled and came across the rest of the group.
Hi, my name is Moloko. I'm an Arakocra ranger. I remember I was at a party when life as I knew it was hindered by this weird feeling I got. And then I woke up with 3 other strangers in a place that I couldn't recognize. I had to think fast. What to do? Who are these strangers? Why am I here? This land doesn't look kind, but hey, life isn't kind, right? Let's try and make the best of a shitty situation. Oh well, just another notch on my belt of adventures. Let's see where this takes me.
Hi, my name is Baron Stoneface. Sorry, was Baron Stoneface. It's Riz. I'm a librarian and was recently just putting some books away in my personal library when I spotted some of my dad's research. I haven't seen him in so long and I dearly miss him. The pendant he gave me has been cold and lifeless for years. I started tearing up a little bit, honestly. I tried to blink away the tears as I grabbed his notes, but as I did, reality started to warp? I saw my library, my home, and everything I had tear away, smear across my vision and dissipate. In a panic, I changed from my true form into the author, Baron Stoneface, a dwarf who wrote Enduring Polite Society, Table Manners for Dwarves. It's a great read, honestly. I woke up in a crater in a different world, with 3 kind strangers. My pendant was warm to the touch. What in Ayun's name is going on?
In a time before a storm, in a land ruled by a god, there was peace, there was prosperity. But time was unkind. A storm raged over the lands and swallowed it whole. The world was lost to time. Now there is only sand and ash, the old god, long forgotten. But in a desolate place, there remains a mark of the old god, a mark of hope. The world as our heroes knew it is no more. The skies have turned permanently dark with black clouds and storms of ash. Cinders in the air and large swaths of the lands are scorched, and their fauna petrified. Creatures no longer seem to die, and their souls are trapped in between the living and the dead. Regular strange storms and the overflowing presence of the undead make travel dangerous and survival hard. Above all that is a curse that seems to blight these lands, and the origins of both the storms and the curse are still unknown. Welcome, honored guest. I see you have made yourself comfortable. I have the great honor to be the first to welcome you into our world. A world with over 10,000 years of written history, with ancient magic and great mysteries. A world where the moons are 2 and the gods are plenty. A world with dangers and opportunities, but not always in equal measure. A world of the mind of the Creator, where his children roam and our heroes have to survive, or perhaps even thrive. As we will all follow their journey together, let's have them introduce themselves.
Megovanen, welmet. I am Eggerwijn Emdir, proud inheritor of the most ancient bloodlines of this land. I believe that within the blood of my kin, the elves, lies the divine spark that birthed the gods. Over the past decades, I have pursued these secrets, practicing alchemy and bloodcraft, even when that meant exile. I long to return to my tribe that populate the grasslands of Aetherion, and with my findings unlock the true potential of elfenkind. That I've been transported a complete elven lifetime into a grim future is a hindrance, but one I can surely overcome.
Bragi is the happy-peppy, airhead hippo of the group. As far as Bragi knows, he was born in this world, and thus he sees this as his home. His family told Bragi that they originally came from a place called the Lonely Plains, and that they got pulled into this world thanks to a great war. His fellow hippos wanted to go back home, so they trained to become strong and be safe on their journey back home. However, Bragi did not want to train. He often slacked off and would rather sing songs, make music, or tell stories he heard or made up on the spot. One day, Bragi got sent out to look for food and water, and thus he kept walking and walking until he stumbled and came across the rest of the group.
Hi, my name is Moloko. I'm an Arakakra ranger. I remember I was at a party when life as I knew it was hindered by this weird feeling I got. And then I woke up with 3 other strangers in a place that I couldn't recognize. I had to think fast. What to do? Who are these strangers? Why am I here? This land doesn't look kind, but hey, life isn't kind, right? Let's try and make the best of a shitty situation. Oh well, just another notch on my belt of adventures. Let's see where this takes me.
Hi, my name is Baron Stoneface. Sorry, was Baron Stoneface. It's Riz. I'm a librarian and was recently just putting some books away in my personal library when I spotted some of my dad's research. I haven't seen him in so long and I dearly miss him. The pendant he gave me has been cold and lifeless for years. I started tearing up a little bit, honestly. I tried to blink away the tears as I grabbed his notes, but as I did, reality started to warp? I saw my library, my home, and everything I had tear away, smear across my vision and dissipate. In a panic, I changed from my true form into the author, Baron Stoneface, a dwarf who wrote Enduring Polite Society, Table Manners for Dwarves. It's a great read, honestly. I woke up in a crater in a different world, with 3 kind strangers. My pendant was warm to the touch. What in Ayun's name is going on?
In a time before a storm, in a land ruled by a god, there was peace, there was prosperity. But time was unkind. A storm raged over the lands and swallowed it whole. The world was lost to time. Now there is only sand and ash, the old god, long forgotten. But in a desolate place, there remains a mark of the old god, a mark of hope. The world as our heroes knew it is no more. The skies have turned permanently dark with black clouds and storms of ash. Cinders in the air and large swaths of the lands are scorched, and their fauna petrified. Creatures no longer seem to die, and their souls are trapped in between the living and the dead. Regular strange storms and the overflowing presence of the undead make travel dangerous and survival hard. Above all that is a curse that seems to blight these lands, and the origins of both the storms and the curse are still unknown. Welcome, honored guest. I see you have made yourself comfortable. I have the great honor to be the first to welcome you into our world. A world with over 10,000 years of written history, with ancient magic and great mysteries. A world where the moons are 2 and the gods are plenty. A world with dangers and opportunities, but not always in equal measure. A world of the mind of the Creator, where his children roam and our heroes have to survive, or perhaps even thrive. As we will all follow their journey together, let's have them introduce themselves.
Megovanen, Welmet. I am Eggerwain Emdir, proud inheritor of the most ancient bloodlines of this land. I believe that within the blood of my kin, the elves, lies the divine spark that birthed the gods. Over the past decades, I have pursued these secrets, practicing alchemy and bloodcraft even when that meant exile. I long to return to my tribe that populate the grasslands of 8th Therian, and with my findings unlock the true potential of elfenkind. That I've been transported a complete elven lifetime into a grim future is a hindrance, but one I can surely overcome.
Bragi is the happy-peppy, airhead hippo of the group. As far as Bragi knows, he was born in this world, and thus he sees this as his home. His family told Bragi that they originally came from a place called the Lonely Plains, and that they got pulled into this world thanks to a great war. His fellow hippos wanted to go back home, so they trained to become strong and be safe on their journey back home. However, Bragi did not want to train. He often slacked off and would rather sing songs, make music, or tell stories he heard or made up on the spot. One day, Bragi got sent out to look for food and water, and thus he kept walking and walking until he stumbled and came across the rest of the group.
Hi, my name is Moloko. I'm an Arakocra ranger. I remember I was at a party when life as I knew it was hindered by this weird feeling I got. And then I woke up with 3 other strangers in a place that I couldn't recognize. I had to think fast. What to do? Who are these strangers? Why am I here? This land doesn't look kind, but hey, life isn't kind, right? Let's try and make the best of a shitty situation. Oh well, just another notch on my belt of adventures. Let's see where this takes me.
Hi, my name is Baron Stoneface. Sorry, was Baron Stoneface. It's Riz. I'm a librarian and was recently just putting some books away in my personal library when I spotted some of my dad's research. I haven't seen him in so long and I dearly miss him. The pendant he gave me has been cold and lifeless for years. I started tearing up a little bit, honestly. I tried to blink away the tears as I grabbed his notes, but as I did, reality started to warp? I saw my library, my home, and everything I had tear away, smear across my vision and dissipate. In a panic, I changed from my true form into the author, Baron Stoneface, a dwarf who wrote Enduring Polite Society, Table Manners for Dwarves. It's a great read, honestly. I woke up in a crater in a different world, with 3 kind strangers. My pendant was warm to the touch. What in Ayun's name is going on?
In a time before a storm, in a land ruled by a god, there was peace, there was prosperity. But time was unkind. A storm raged over the lands and swallowed it whole. The world was lost to time. Now there is only sand and ash, the old god, long forgotten. But in a desolate place, there remains a mark of the old god, a mark of hope. The world as our heroes knew it is no more. The skies have turned permanently dark with black clouds and storms of ash. Cinders in the air and large swaths of the lands are scorched, and their fauna petrified. Creatures no longer seem to die, and their souls are trapped in between the living and the dead. Regular strange storms and the overflowing presence of the undead make travel dangerous and survival hard. Above all that is a curse that seems to blight these lands, and the origins of both the storms and the curse are still unknown. Welcome, honored guest. I see you have made yourself comfortable. I have the great honor to be the first to welcome you into our world. A world with over 10,000 years of written history, with ancient magic and great mysteries. A world where the moons are two and the gods are plenty. A world with dangers and opportunities, but not always in equal measure. A world of the mind of the Creator, where his children roam and our heroes have to survive, or perhaps even thrive. As we will all follow their journey together, let's have them introduce themselves.
Megovanen, welmet. I am S01E06 proud inheritor of the most ancient bloodlines of this land. I believe that within the blood of my kin, the elves, lies the divine spark that birthed the gods. Over the past decades I have pursued these secrets, practicing alchemy and bloodcraft even when that meant exile. I long to return to my tribe that populate the grasslands of Aetherion, and with my findings unlock the true potential of elfenkind. That I've been transported a complete elven lifetime into a grim future is a hindrance, but one I can surely overcome.
Bragi is the happy-peppy airhead hippo of the group. As far as Bragi knows, he was born in this world, and thus he sees this as his home. His family told Bragi that they originally came from a place called the Lonely Plains, and that they got pulled into this world thanks to a great war. His fellow hippos wanted to go back home, so they trained to become strong and be safe on their journey back home. However, Bragi did not want to train. He often slacked off and would rather sing songs, make music, or tell stories he heard or made up on the spot. One day, Bragi got sent out to look for food and water, and thus he kept walking and walking until he stumbled and came across the rest of the group.
Hi, my name is Moloko. I'm an Arakakra ranger. I remember I was at a party when life as I knew it was hindered by this weird feeling I got. And then I woke up with 3 other strangers in a place that I couldn't recognize. I had to think fast. What to do? Who are these strangers? Why am I here? This land doesn't look kind, but hey, life isn't kind, right? Let's try and make the best of a shitty situation. Oh well, just another notch on my belt of adventures. Let's see where this takes me.
Hi, my name is Baron Stoneface. Sorry, was Baron Stoneface. It's Riz. I am a librarian and was recently just putting some books away in my personal library when I spotted some of my dad's research. I haven't seen him in so long and I dearly miss him. The pendant he gave me has been cold and lifeless for years. I started tearing up a little bit, honestly. I tried to blink away the tears as I grabbed his notes, but as I did, reality started to warp? I saw my library, my home, and everything I had tear away, smear across my vision and dissipate. In a panic, I changed from my true form into the author, Baron Stoneface, a dwarf who wrote Enduring Polite Society, Table Manners for Dwarves. It's a great read, honestly. I woke up in a crater in a different world, with 3 kind strangers. My pendant was warm to the touch. What in Ayun's name is going on?
In a time before a storm, in a land ruled by a god, there was peace, there was prosperity. But time was unkind. A storm raged over the lands and swallowed it whole. The world was lost to time. Now there is only sand and ash, the old god, long forgotten. But in a desolate place, there remains a mark of the old god, a mark of hope. The world as our heroes knew it is no more. The skies have turned permanently dark with black clouds and storms of ash. Cinders in the air and large swaths of the lands are scorched, and their fauna petrified. Creatures no longer seem to die, and their souls are trapped in between the living and the dead. Regular strange storms and the overflowing presence of the undead make travel dangerous and survival hard. Above all that is a curse that seems to blight these lands, and the origins of both the storms and the curse are still unknown. Welcome, honored guest. I see you have made yourself comfortable. I have the great honor to be the first to welcome you into our world. A world with over 10,000 years of written history, with ancient magic and great mysteries. A world where the moons are two and the gods are plenty. A world with dangers and opportunities, but not always in equal measure. A world of the mind of the Creator, where his children roam and our heroes have to survive, or perhaps even thrive. As we will all follow their journey together, let's have them introduce themselves.
Megovanen, welmet. I am Egerwijn Emdir, proud inheritor of the most ancient bloodlines of this land. I believe that within the blood of my kin, the elves, lies the divine spark that birthed the gods. Over the past decades I have pursued these secrets, practicing alchemy and bloodcraft even when that meant exile. I long to return to my tribe that populate the grasslands of Aetherion, and with my findings unlock the true potential of elfenkind. That I've been transported a complete elven lifetime into a grim future is a hindrance, but one I can surely overcome.
Bragi is the happy-peppy airhead hippo of the group. As far as Bragi knows, he was born in this world, and thus he sees this as his home. His family told Bragi that they originally came from a place called the Lonely Plains, and that they got pulled into this world thanks to a great war. His fellow hippos wanted to go back home, so they trained to become strong and be safe on their journey back home. However, Bragi did not want to train. He often slacked off and would rather sing songs, make music, or tell stories he heard or made up on the spot. One day, Bragi got sent out to look for food and water, and thus he kept walking and walking until he stumbled and came across the rest of the group.
Hi, my name is Moloko. I'm an Arakakra ranger. I remember I was at a party when life as I knew it was hindered by this weird feeling I got. And then I woke up with 3 other strangers in a place that I couldn't recognize. I had to think fast. What to do? Who are these strangers? Why am I here? This land doesn't look kind, but hey, life isn't kind, right? Let's try and make the best of a shitty situation. Oh well, just another notch on my belt of adventures. Let's see where this takes me.
Hi, my name is Baron Stoneface. Sorry, was Baron Stoneface. It's Riz. I'm a librarian and was recently just putting some books away in my personal library when I spotted some of my dad's research. I haven't seen him in so long and I dearly miss him. The pendant he gave me has been cold and lifeless for years. I started tearing up a little bit, honestly. I tried to blink away the tears as I grabbed his notes, but as I did, reality started to warp? I saw my library, my home, and everything I had tear away, smear across my vision and dissipate. In a panic, I changed from my true form into the author, Baron Stoneface, a dwarf who wrote Enduring Polite Society, Table Manners for Dwarves. It's a great read, honestly. I woke up in a crater in a different world, with 3 kind strangers. My pendant was warm to the touch. What in Ayun's name is going on?
In a time before a storm, in a land ruled by a god, there was peace, there was prosperity. But time was unkind. A storm raged over the lands and swallowed it whole. The world was lost to time. Now there is only sand and ash, the old god, long forgotten. But in a desolate place, there remains a mark of the old god, a mark of hope. The world as our heroes knew it is no more. The skies have turned permanently dark with black clouds and storms of ash. Cinders in the air and large swaths of the lands are scorched, and their fauna petrified. Creatures no longer seem to die, and their souls are trapped in between the living and the dead. Regular strange storms and the overflowing presence of the undead make travel dangerous and survival hard. Above all that is a curse that seems to blight these lands, and the origins of both the storms and the curse are still unknown. Welcome, honored guest. I see you have made yourself comfortable. I have the great honor to be the first to welcome you into our world. A world with over 10,000 years of written history, with ancient magic and great mysteries. A world where the moons are 2 and the gods are plenty. A world with dangers and opportunities, but not always in equal measure. A world of the mind of the Creator, where his children roam and our heroes have to survive, or perhaps even thrive. As we will all follow their journey together, let's have them introduce themselves.
Megovanen, welmet. I am Egerwainem Dier, proud inheritor of the most ancient bloodlines of this land. I believe that within the blood of my kin, the elves, lies the divine spark that birthed the gods. Over the past decades I have pursued these secrets, practicing alchemy and bloodcraft even when that meant exile. I long to return to my tribe that populate the grasslands of 8th Therian, and with my findings unlock the true potential of elfin kind. That I've been transported a complete elfin lifetime into a grim future is a hindrance, but one I can surely overcome.
Bragi is the happy-peppy airhead hippo of the group. As far as Bragi knows, he was born in this world, and thus he sees this as his home. His family told Bragi that they originally came from a place called the Lonely Plains, and that they got pulled into this world thanks to a great war. His fellow hippos wanted to go back home, so they trained to become strong and be safe on their journey back home. However, Bragi did not want to train. He often slacked off and would rather sing songs, make music, or tell stories he heard or made up on the spot. One day, Bragi got sent out to look for food and water, and thus he kept walking and walking until he stumbled and came across the rest of the group.
Hi, my name is Moloko. I'm an Arakakra ranger. I remember I was at a party when life as I knew it was hindered by this weird feeling I got. And then I woke up with 3 other strangers in a place that I couldn't recognize. I had to think fast. What to do? Who are these strangers? Why am I here? This land doesn't look kind, but hey, life isn't kind, right? Let's try and make the best of a shitty situation. Oh well, just another notch on my belt of adventures. Let's see where this takes me.
Hi, my name is Baron Stoneface. Sorry, was Baron Stoneface. It's Riz. I'm a librarian and was recently just putting some books away in my personal library when I spotted some of my dad's research. I haven't seen him in so long and I dearly miss him. The pendant he gave me has been cold and lifeless for years. I started tearing up a little bit, honestly. I tried to blink away the tears as I grabbed his notes, but as I did, reality started to warp? I saw my library, my home, and everything I had tear away, smear across my vision and dissipate. In a panic, I changed from my true form into the author, Baron Stoneface, a dwarf who wrote Enduring Polite Society, Table Manners for Dwarves. It's a great read, honestly. I woke up in a crater in a different world, with 3 kind strangers. My pendant was warm to the touch. What in Ayun's name is going on?
In a time before a storm, in a land ruled by a god, there was peace, there was prosperity. But time was unkind. A storm raged over the lands and swallowed it whole. The world was lost to time. Now there is only sand and ash, the old god, long forgotten. But in a desolate place, there remains a mark of the old god, a mark of hope. The world as our heroes knew it is no more. The skies have turned permanently dark with black clouds and storms of ash. Cinders in the air and large swaths of the lands are scorched, and their fauna petrified. Creatures no longer seem to die, and their souls are trapped in between the living and the dead. Regular strange storms and the overflowing presence of the undead make travel dangerous and survival hard. Above all that is a curse that seems to blight these lands, and the origins of both the storms and the curse are still unknown. Welcome, honored guest. I see you have made yourself comfortable. I have the great honor to be the first to welcome you into our world. A world with over 10,000 years of written history, with ancient magic and great mysteries. A world where the moons are 2 and the gods are plenty. A world with dangers and opportunities, but not always in equal measure. A world of the mind of the Creator, where his children roam and our heroes have to survive, or perhaps even thrive. As we will all follow their journey together, let's have them introduce themselves.
Megovanen, welmet. I am Egerwijn Emtier, proud inheritor of the most ancient bloodlines of this land. I believe that within the blood of my kin, the elves, lies the divine spark that birthed the gods. Over the past decades I have pursued these secrets, practicing alchemy and bloodcraft even when that meant exile. I long to return to my tribe that populate the grasslands of Aetherion, and with my findings unlock the true potential of elfenkind. That I've been transported a complete elven lifetime into a grim future is a hindrance, but one I can surely overcome.
Bragi is the happy-peppy, airhead hippo of the group. As far as Bragi knows, he was born in this world, and thus he sees this as his home. His family told Bragi that they originally came from a place called the Lonely Plains, and that they got pulled into this world thanks to a great war. His fellow hippos wanted to go back home, so he trained to become strong and be safe on their journey back home. However, Bragi did not want to train. He often slacked off and would rather sing songs, make music, or tell stories he heard or made up on the spot. One day,
Balls.
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 Welcome.
Hi.
The elf is a tad bit late.
He has a name.
Elf. That's his name.
Elf.
You can read it. It's on the stream.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a little late, so we begin with the four of us. Let me quickly think. Yeah, last session, I'll do a brief recap. Bragi came back sort of to life, or at least woke up. Our friends were split into two parties. Riz and Agarwain were in the forest, and Bragi and Moloko were still on the mountainside when the clouds that were usually covering the entirety of the visible sky parted ways, and originless rays of light came down upon this vicinity, this region, and burned in blue flame all undeath that could be seen. Seemingly harmless, or at least not actively burning the bodies of living creatures. Bragi was the first to touch flame. Severely hurting not his body but his mind, and with it losing some of his vitality, you could say, in the long run, but in the short run, gaining quite a lot of temporary hit points. However, both groups knew all too well that this was a dangerous situation. The entire forest began to be beset by flames. Both ran into the direction of the chapel, which was covered and protected by a large bell-shaped ward, a bell-shaped protection. All, except for Bragi, were allowed to enter, which was a problem, as the flames definitely were targeting the chapel and were encroaching on Bragi, suffering another quite heavy blow to his maximum vitality and his mind, mainly his memories of his family and his past. You managed to save Bragi by some of you teleporting, well, Riz teleporting out, the ghost moving through the barrier and teleporting the three of you back inside, but to a space very deep underneath the chapel. Riz and Bragi were stuck inside an illusion and walked right into the trap of a powerful undead that at one point may have been a lich, but had weakened quite a bit. Moloko and Egwene were approaching, but were waiting, not ready to move through a large sea of undead claws and feet and heads, until a loud scream echoed through these catacombs. You managed to slay whatever this undead was, or at least damage the magic that was keeping it in place. It exploded, nearly killing Riz and Egwene in the explosion. You gathered the undead, however, was not truly dead yet, or destroyed, and retreated for a long rest back into the chapel. That is where we left off. I would say you all have the benefits of a long rest.
Yay!
But both Riz and Bragi, you do not regain any of your maximum HP.
No.
However, you
Great.
both do have 20 temporary hit points.
That's not nice.
Okay. 20.
Yes.
Ooh, got the spell
That's
slots back.
that's almost double my normal normal age. Well, double now. Can I do some stuff in my long rest? During my long rest?
Yes, usually you would sleep for 6 hours, or at least 6 hours, and you have 2 hours of calm.
I at the start of the long, or soon, basically, as we enter the chapel, and from the catacombs, I would try to look for Lydia.
Okay. Lydia would be in her workshop in the basement.
And I figure we would probably all go there.
Yeah, to give her the gold.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking at least. Like,
Yeah.
hey, should we meet with the Lydia to make a tent?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
I forgot how much gold did we get last time. Because there was quite a sum of gold down there.
We got a gold thing that we
Yeah.
broke up in gold. We did not hear how expensive it was.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, you don't quite know how expensive. You can make an estimate.
Yeah.
Make for those that want to estimate, make an investigation check. See how dense and how.
12.
Is this gold undead? No, 13.
No. Okay, 12 and 13. It is at least 5, probably more than 5 gold. It's pretty heavy. You gather somewhere between 2 and maybe 600 gold pieces worth. It's pretty heavy because it's gold. But it's very thin and it's strangely warped. If you were to sell this in its current shape, it would be just molten or melted down into a more usable bar, probably, or cube.
Okay.
We should probably actually try to melt it down when we can, so it's easier to carry and.
Why not give it to Lydia? She needs the gold.
This
Can I
is
buy some
true.
food with it?
Sorry?
Can I buy some food with it?
You have infinite spaghetti, Bragi.
What food do
but
you need? Where do you want to get it from? Have you seen a
Like-
store or a restaurant?
I can get more food with it.
Lydia,
Yes.
first of all, how have you been with this whole sun running down on us, killing everything undead?
Well, as you know, I don't really move around a lot. I don't have legs. For
This
me,
is
it wasn't really bad.
okay, you didn't really feel anything, even not even like een onderbuikgevoel. What do you call that? An underbelly feeling.
A subconscious feeling.
Yes, exactly.
Not really. Well, I did feel a powerful undead awakening, but that is that
I
was you, I suppose, in the catacombs.
yeah, we awakened a fiery skull and defeated it.
For now.
For now, do you know anything about that?
I believe that thing has been here before we even arrived.
Okay.
I've been here 700 years. You may ask Gorvas. He might know.
I was literally about to look up his name in my notes. I forgot again. We will make sure to ask him when we see him again.
We
In
brought
the
you
meantime,
something.
yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yes.
Wonderful.
We have something for you, and push the gold towards her.
What an interesting shape. Did you find it like this?
Yeah.
It was in the catacombs near where we destroyed the skull.
Oh, interesting. I can certainly use this. I'll just. Her skeletal hand just touches it briefly, and it melts into a puddle of gold liquid on the floor, and it slowly seeps onto her skeletal hand and covers it entirely as a glove. And after a moment, it disappears. It's gone. Ah, well, this is more than enough for the tent.
Perfect.
And I've got
That's
something
great.
else for you. And I give her 600 more gold.
Oh, but is there something else you require of me?
Well, I would like some magic arrows if that's possible.
I also have a request if that's okay. But because I did not find this gold, I look at Moloko. Where did we get this gold again, the 600?
In the Elven City,
Right.
where I looted
this-
everything.
Right. I will keep silent.
Certainly magic arrows. I can try. Do you want specific kinds? A specific effect?
Well, radiant and things that are for well, how do you kill a god?
I would like an arrow of god killing, please.
Oh my.
Ammo, please.
I don't think I can make anything quite that powerful with my power.
Okay. Well, some I don't know, radiant damage would be nice, or fire and ice damage, things like that.
I can certainly do the fire and ice myself.
All right.
If you want radiant damage, you might need to ask Gorvas for some
Assistance.
to make something. I require something, so he might need to make some holy water.
Okay.
Makes sense.
All right. I'll go ask Gorvas. Thank you in the meantime.
Of course.
And
Does it
what-
matter how the arrows are formed? Do you want an explosive, or do you want just more damage?
Just more damage. That would be great. And
Okay.
whatever the changeling wants, he can have. If that's. And I'll go to Gorvas.
Okay.
I do the when he turns around, I do the rock eyebrow at Bragi. Like, what?
I have no idea.
That's Well, that's very nice of him. I do actually would. I need something to protect myself with better than what I can currently do. I have this scimitar and a hand axe, and it's just not fully doing the job. And that's starting to not just affect me, but my friends as well. So I was hoping you could make me something bigger, except that I'm not very strong.
I see. So something light, but
I need to
big
do more
enough.
damage, and I don't know how.
See, I can certainly try something. Do you have, perchance, any armor left over? Any bits and pieces of armor would do.
I do.
Preferably metal.
The shield that I found, was that a wooden shield or did it have metal in it?
It was a metal shield. Otherwise, it would probably have.
Oh, true. With the sickle and grain symbol, that one. Well, how much would you need? Because I have these two hand axes that I don't use at all.
No, the weapon I can just make out of like magic. That's fine. But
But you need
if you
metal.
well, no, I need something protective. You said you wanted protection, right?
Well, yes. I'm thinking what it would help more, as killing something faster would also be a defense.
That's an offense.
The offense is the best defense, is what I've heard someone say.
Yeah. Maybe something made out of a special material.
I do know that I've been practicing shadow fighting, and I do know that I definitely want something two-handed, something that I can really, put some pressure behind.
Maybe something adamantine.
Do we have adamantium
Adamantine.
and adamantine?
You could ask for it. They can make it.
That if that's an option, that would be amazing. And I also have an idea. I read about this weapon, and I start describing basically a glaive. Would that be a possibility? A weapon like this?
Definitely. However, if you want it to be made out of adamantine, it would be a lot heavier than normal.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't be ideal for your strength.
No.
If you say that you're not that strong.
No, I need something light.
What I can do, that was what I thought that you wanted, and it might work both defensive and offensive. Have you ever heard of defender items?
I have not. What are those?
Well, through crafty use of magic and mainly magic material, one can harden the blade and put an enchantment on it that can protect the wearer or sharpen the blade. So you can choose between
Oh,
either of those
and I
at a
can.
moment's notice.
I was about to ask. I can switch that up for whatever I need in the moment.
Yes.
That would be
Now,
amazing.
I'm not a forge master, so mine won't be of the highest quality, but I can certainly try something.
No, what that would be great. I have this shield here. And give me a moment, and I grab some paper and I carefully draw the sickle and grain symbol that's on the shield, including color and everything, as closely as I can. Because I feel like that we might see that symbol in the future, and I don't want to forget it. And after that, I hand her the shield.
This will do exquisitely. And the shield melts yet again onto her bones and then disappears.
Okay, I'll remove that from the
Yes.
inventory.
Oh, that's quite old. Where did you find that?
I think I found it near the cave where we found the where we battled the ghouls. Was it ghouls that we fought?
Mm-hmm.
I think I found it somewhere near there, if I remember correctly.
It's quite well. It was quite well crafted.
It seemed like a normal shield, but except for
Yes,
the
there was no magic to it, but the craftsmanship was just extraordinary.
good.
Can I ask a question? Is there still some room left for some adamantine arrows?
Well, I'm afraid that although I would love to work with adamantine, I would need the actual product.
Ah, yes. Okay.
I can make simple metals, and
Yeah.
I can make them whatever weight I wish and strength, durability, but
Alright.
I can't make mithril or things like that.
Okay. I already have mithril.
If you want me to shape your mithril into arrows, I can certainly do, but then you wouldn't have your mithril anymore.
No. No, I thought I think I'm getting too greedy over here. So the arrows that I ordered are fine. Thank you.
I do want to make clear that we would probably like and I look at the rest as if like, hey, we want the tent first, right?
Oh yeah.
And then the arrows and the weapon.
Well, the
One
thing
tent,
is,
please.
well, the thing is, what about if we look outside? Is there still a storm? Because we already.
Good question.
Because there's now sun rays, and things like that. And
The rays have passed, and the flames are there are still a few flames around, but they have died down largely. Of the blue flames, I mean. But the usual very dark, cloudy day is back.
okay. Then it's good. Yes, we do need the tent.
I look straight at the DM. Hey, Garwin, could you maybe druidcraft us a little forespelling? Fuck, my English is not Englishing. Forecast, thank you.
Can you make us a forecast, please?
But of course, I was petting Sanguinus.
That's a
Violently.
pretty good Garwin.
Egwin the elf produces his druidcraft after carefully, with a knife, peeling away his skin and drawing a bit of blood from that place. And from it, a black, heavy cloud appears. There doesn't seem to be rain. It's not the black rain, but this cloud is a lot darker than the usual, and it persists for a good 24 hours.
I say we give Lydia the time that she needs. We rest, and then maybe we can.
Have a conversation?
Lydia, can I also request something, please?
Sure.
Certainly, yes. I have some gold left, yes.
How familiar are you with umbrellas?
Somewhat. I remember that they are quite useful against rain.
Exactly. If you turn them upside down, it's a bigger bowl for spaghetti.
Also works, yes. They could also help
Yes.
against sun rays, if it's big enough.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm afraid I cannot make anything that can resist those rays of light that have fallen down.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. I just need a bigger bowl for the spaghetti and accidental rain.
So you want something that is both a bowl for spaghetti and to protect from the rain?
Yeah, please.
Do you also want it to be able to fold into itself like an umbrella?
Yeah, it is one of those foldable thingies.
A foldable.
Okay.
Because it's a bowl that's foldable. A foldable?
I see.
A foldable bowl.
A foldable bowl.
A bowl
Bowl
of
bowl that
folding.
can fold.
One foldable bowl, please.
My brain is hurting. A foldable.
I can certainly try. I've never made an umbrella, but I think I can try.
You made an infinite bag of spaghetti. I think you can make everything. And I wink at her.
Oh, you make me blush. I will certainly try my best.
Thank you.
However, I'm not entirely sure, but you had more. Do you still want 5 tents or 4 tents?
Well, we don't have. We kind of lost most of the feathers and leathers.
Kinda lost. Somebody freaking exploded them.
I see. Exploded?
Someone. We had a bit of an accident with opening a bag of holding in a space where. Yeah. The bag
Okay.
opened and immediately just boom.
Somebody did an oopsie.
It was
Okay,
Sanguinus.
interesting. I see. So it's 1 tent.
Yes, we have one
Yes.
feather and one fur. Hide?
Okay, I have an idea. Can make it work. Certainly.
Make a huge tent.
Yes. Quite. Yes.
That would be
I have
awesome.
I have a way to make it bigger than the materials may seem to be.
That's so awesome.
But
Thank
it will
you.
take a little more time.
No worries.
Even a little more than the 4 tents.
No worries. You take your beautiful time.
Thank you for sharing everything you own with us, Agarwin. We're very grateful for your help.
I'm
Very
always happy
much.
to.
But why are you naked? No.
It's a natural way. You gotta embrace that.
Welcome.
and it's so nice of you not to ask anything in even when we turned the gold in. You didn't ask anything. That's so nice of
If needed, I'm very happy to help.
Oh, right. That is actually good to know. I'm asking for a weapon. Moloko's asking for arrows. Bragi's asking for an umbrella that also turns into a foldable bowl. A foldable?
I think I can do something regarding arrows. Let me think on that.
They're asking it of Lydia.
Yeah, Lydia has. We gave Lydia the gold and the 600 gold.
I see.
But if you're willing to share in my work, I can always use some extra hands.
I am down to help after I rest for a bit.
Very well. Whenever you're ready, I can always
Don't
I
we
can
need
always
to
use.
have a conversation?
We
Seems like we left off on a bad foot.
I think you did.
I think you are preoccupied. I'll just borrow your elven friend for a moment.
Can I help Lydia?
Oh, of course.
I don't know what
Certainly.
I'm gonna do, but I wanna help.
I would say that you would use the help action, so she will guide you into helping. It makes it
Yay.
easier for her. But it will take a while. Even though she works very fast, and she starts immediately after you offering to help, and you see her hands, her skeletal arms moving incredibly fast, beyond human capabilities.
Yeah, I'm not gonna allow Bragi to fell asleep right away.
There goes the help action.
Eggerwayne does have some ideas on creating an item with a repeating shot infusion, which would eliminate the need for arrows completely.
Mm.
So that's what he would suggest instead of crafting arrows.
I didn't completely hear that. Sorry, again?
Eggerwayne would suggest creating an infusion to a weapon that eliminates the need for ammunition.
Okay.
It would also make the weapon magical in essence, but it would also, like, even if you don't load an arrow, it will still be able to. You'll still be able to shoot, although the ammunition vanishes afterwards, after your shot, whether you hit or miss.
Okay. And you think that's better than the weapon that I have now?
I mean, I have no idea what the properties of your current weapon are.
Well, last week, even when I rolled a 5, I rolled a 20.
That's impressive.
Yes. You think that the weapon that you want to make for me... oh, and by the way, did I tell you that the arrows that I shoot come back when my quiver is empty?
Then why do you need more arrows?
I'm asking for arrows that have the ice, fire, and radiant damage.
I see. Well, here I was. This is what I get for thinking outside of the box, I suppose.
Oh, I thoroughly enjoy your thinking outside of the box, but do you think that it's a glow up or a glow down?
Wait, if these arrows would have magical properties, would they remain if they were returned to your quiver? That's interesting.
No, I don't think so. But my normal arrows do.
I would like some time to examine your bow in that case, see if there's anything that I could learn from it, because it seems a bit more powerful than the ideas I can work.
You want to hold my bow?
In good time. There's a talk that should be had first.
That's what I thought.
DM, do I have any idea of how bad it would be for my body if I would cast the Eye of Iyun again, even though I cast it like 10 minutes ago as well, and then it broke?
You've had a long rest.
No, not yet. This is all before the long rest, right? We went to
I was
Lydia.
under the impression that you were.
Oh.
That you immediately had a long rest once you came up.
Okay. I wanted to give Lydia.
And that's why I also told you that you did not regain any of your maximum hit points.
That is true. Okay, so I am fully. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, as we're about to have the conversation, I will take. I will cast the Eye of Ayun again.
Okay. Take your Blood Hunter die.
Yes. Let's start off with 3 damage just immediately. And I would like to focus my eye on Moloko.
Okay.
He's got his eye on you.
Do you already want to focus on a specific effect?
I want to use the second effect against. I might as well just say it out loud, right? At this point.
Yeah, you can.
I want advantage on inside checks against him.
Okay.
So, we should talk.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I think you guys think I joke a lot or something when I say something. And I mean, you did some stupid things, and you know, like me telling you not to walk into the mountain, but still you do, just to run out of it. And then I tell you Bragi is wounded up there, and then you walk away, and then all of a sudden when Christophilus, I talk to Christophilus then to tell you to come back, and then he, up to presto, you're there. And then you tell me when I'm the fastest, I wanted to go away and get help, and then you tell me that I wanted to leave him. And you know, when I ask you not to use magic, and you just think it's a joke or something, and then you make a big funny, and I tell you I'm super serious. You don't know who I am and where I come from and what I really am. I mean, you get your info from books, but do you know that I've lived in this reality for a long time? I've seen things, I know things that aren't from books, but from real life. I come from the streets, and you
Trying
know,
very hard to reveal as little about yourself as possible, it seems to me.
yeah, and I'll tell you why. Because I come from the streets, and you know what? I'll tell you something about me now. I was well known within criminal circuits. I used to travel among them without being one of them, but I was part of them, even though I wasn't one of them.
Can you be a little clearer?
What do you want to know?
What does it mean to travel in criminal circles but not be a part of them?
I share their values, and one of those values is never say something you won't follow up on. So if you think I'm making a threat, it's not. I'm making you a promise. If I say, don't do this, or I will kill you, that wasn't a threat, that was a promise. And you found
Inside
out
check.
the hard way.
I want to know if his intention was to let me drop or not.
Make an insight check with advantage.
Natural 20. Not even kidding. I rolled an 18 and a 20.
Okay, Moloko, a roll for either a deception or a persuasion check, whichever applies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if my plus matters here for a natural 20. Plus 4.
Depends on who rolls.
19.
Ooh!
What would Riz learn?
That I was really serious. I was so pissed off that I would have let him die, but I wouldn't.
You would have, but you wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's too vague.
You
it's not
gain.
really. My intention was to kill you, because you
Okay.
crossed me. My
Clear.
intention was to kill you, but I also know that if I would have killed you, you wouldn't be nothing, and it wouldn't help us. But the message would have been clear. I would have saved you.
Okay. So
Is that still vague enough, or?
no, that's clear. Riz would answer calmly but very firmly. I still haven't heard anything that just instantly makes you the leader of this group.
I'm not saying I'm the leader.
Then
I
why
don't
the
want to
fuck
be
would
the-
I do anything that you tell me to? You tell me not to do this, I do it anyway.
You want to know
But-
why? Because you made some stupid things. And you killed yourself twice already, and I saved you a lot of times. Maybe you should listen to someone who knows what he's doing instead of reading the books.
I mean, I have not read anything like this ever in my books. I am in completely new territory. And
Yeah.
I would imagine so are you, but if you're not, then why the fuck didn't you tell us on the day that we met, or maybe the second day, to see if we were evil or something? Which we're not. I want to make that very clear. I think we want the same thing.
Yeah, haven't I been nice to you? Haven't I treated you like a friend? Except for that one time. Didn't I save you a lot of times? Didn't
You
I
did.
help you? Don't I do that?
Oh, you have. You have done.
All right. Then why the fuck wouldn't you listen to someone who has saved you a couple of times and maybe, does some things that are less stupid than what you're doing? Is that kind of do you really have that big of an ego that you can't put that aside to listen to someone?
As you've not been listening to us in the same manner.
That's not true. I've listened to you lots of times.
No, you tell us to do something or don't do something instead of explaining why we should or shouldn't do something.
Oh, so every time we have to make a split decision, I need to tell you in fivefold why you should do something? Before
No,
we do
when
it?
Bragi is sleeping on the ground and we cannot wake him up, you might take the time to explain why I shouldn't cast message in his head instead of just, I don't know,
I explained
throwing
it.
me off a
I
mountain.
I explained that to you. I told you. Don't.
You couldn't explain to me why it was a bad
did.
idea. You just
Yes,
said you
I did. I explained this to you. I told you, don't use your magic because it hasn't worked well for you this last few times. Please don't do
It's-
this.
it's
Is
a
that-
completely
isn't that-
new
isn't that-
situation, though.
Who cares? I used my magic. Christophilus used his magic. Nothing
Cannot fault us.
worked.
You should not fault us for
Trying to save our friend.
Yeah, and I was trying to do the same thing, but the last time you cast message, you exploded. I'm sorry, but it's,
Not exactly, but point taken. It wasn't message. I used my armor, which, to be fair, I also don't know a lot about yet.
Yeah, and I was worried about this because, like I said, the more times you use magic, the less time it works the way you want it. And I didn't want anything to happen to you or to Bragi. I'm sorry.
That's not true. Because I might have reminded you, you tried to throw me off that mountain. I am
warned
willing
you.
to.
I warned you not to do it.
Okay.
I asked you not to do it, and then you make a fucking joke about it, and you laugh.
I
in
didn't
my face.
joke.
You
demand
joked.
of
You.
us. You demand of us. We
I
have bread.
begged. I
When
begged
we
not to use
do.
it.
Us. No, you ordered us not to use
No,
it.
I asked. First I asked, then I begged, and if you don't listen, yeah, then I'm gonna order. But
How would we, if you ask us to help, right, and we choose to help in our way,
yeah,
No, you know what? I will make you a deal, Moloko. How about this? Stay out of my way. Don't save me anymore. I will do the same for you. When it comes to our friends, different story. But I don't want you anywhere near me in that sense again. I don't owe you anything. I don't owe
okay,
you.
so I shouldn't have gone down to save you again.
Not anymore.
Okay, so from now on, what is wrong with your ego, man?
What is wrong with yours? Why should we follow your command when you've
You
given
don't
us
have
no
to follow
reason?
my command, but if somebody asks
But if we
you-
don't, you kill us.
No,
That's what I'm hearing.
No.
That's
Now
literally
you're-
what happened, though.
Now
No.
you're putting words in my mouth because that's not what I said. I said,
I'm not putting-
I asked you. Shut it. When I said, please don't use it, and I explained to you why, you said I want to do it anyway. I asked you again, please don't do this because this can get worse than it was before. Then I begged you, please don't do it. Please. Then I told you, if you're gonna do it, and this is a hard limit for me, I will kill you. And I didn't say it like that, but I said I would do it. And only after that I did it. Because you kept pressing him and you made a joke about it. You wanted to
I
be
didn't
the funny
joke.
one, and you found
No.
out the fucking hard way how it works. And now you don't want me to save you anymore after I save you again? Because
Okay.
who did you ask to come down?
Let's switch perspectives here for a second. Imagine you're trying to save your friend. A lot has tried, nothing has worked.
I don't need to imagine it. I've
No.
done it a couple of
Now
times
this is
already.
my turn to shush you. Shut up, let me talk. You try to save your friend, and someone is standing in your way, telling you, no, don't do it. I ask why, they say, because it's a bad idea. Something could go wrong. Yeah, I know. It's all been shit. It's all been horrible. I was on a different realm of existence when I suddenly woke up next to all of you. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that I was trying to save my friend and you were in my way, telling me that if I do what I think is the right thing, you would push me off a mountain. Well, you didn't say it literally, but we both know what you meant. And then, when I didn't even cast what I was intending to cast on Bragi, but on you, you did it anyway. And I was not making a joke out of it. I want to be very clear there. I wanted to make a point right there, right then, that you do not own me, you do not make my decisions for me. I was stepping down, but I wanted to make the point that if I wanted to do something and your only reaction to is no, it's not a good idea, and you cannot explain exactly why, then you don't really have an argument. And
I
again,
explained to you why.
you don't get to order me around.
You seem to forget that I told you that your magic does not work as you want it to. You have exploded. You've killed yourself a couple of times. The elf has blown up. All the stuff we had. What? This is what I told you. How
Yes,
can you not
you-
How can you not understand that if your magic doesn't work as the way you want it to, that I
That's
don't
violent.
want you to use it on a friend?
Yes, but you choose, however, to apply violence when it suits you, and that
man, go back to
somehow
your books,
grants you
man.
power and say over us. You murdered one of the very last remainders of my original people, and you were smug about it. You don't get to order us around because you can murder us.
Okay, so you don't want me around? You don't want me
however,
around? It's
Shut up.
fine. No.
Shut
You
up
don't
and
want
let
me
me talk.
around? You don't want me around? That's fine. If you don't want me around, I'll
I
fucking
do
go.
want you around because I
Nah.
respect your skills.
No,
I
you don't.
respect your family.
No, you
You,
don't.
however, have shown very little
My-
respect
my
to
family.
my skill,
My family. You
understanding.
know nothing about my family. You know
I've
nothing
worked
about my
with
family.
your uncles.
You know nothing.
Girl.
You think you
And
think you know
enlighten
me? You know
I've been
you think you
curious
know
about
me
you
and my
for
family?
Keep
You
your
know
mouth
nothing about
shut.
them. You know nothing about my family.
And
You speak so
enlighten
highly
me.
of my family. You don't even know my family. You don't know them.
Enlighten me,
You think-
Moloko. I've given you a million chances to enlighten me. You've chosen to ignore those every time.
Yeah, because you think very highly of my family, but you don't know my. You said my
Explain
family.
it to me now.
You
What's
said
so
my
terrible
family.
about-
You said my family talks highly of me.
Mm.
That's the biggest bullshit I've ever heard. Because my family was never there for me. My family was never there for me. My family didn't want me. My mother is being slaved over by my uncles. You don't know nothing about me or my family. And you know what?
Because you
You
choose
think,
to keep your secrets.
yeah, and you know why I choose to keep my secrets? Because I know who I am, and I don't need to tell you anything about myself. The only thing you needed to know was that I was there for you to help you to make decisions, make good decisions.
No,
Oh,
I do not trust the judgment of people who do not trust me in return.
well,
And
if
do not
that's it,
trust me,
if you don't trust me, and
I will
I
give you
don't-
plenty of chances to earn my trust still, because you are a skilled man and you know it. I know it. I will not even try to deny that.
God, the
But
ego
you
on you
also,
too.
sir, are a bigger asshole than my sister.
No, you are, my God, such egos.
Pot cattle.
I'm sorry, but I work not only from ego, I work from team spirit. That's why I didn't complain to go down to help Riz. That's why I wanted to help Bragi and you wanted to walk off. You wanted to walk
You-
off.
Do you know what the last I saw? What happened to Bragi?
Yeah, you couldn't
was
see
being
anything because you were.
swallowed by a dragon that would have blinked us out of existence.
Yeah, and I told you something different. I told
Yes,
you
and
I
then
saw
changed
something.
my mind, didn't I?
Yeah, only when I sent Christophilus back to you. Only then. You were walking off into the sunset. But you
What
forget.
could I?
But you forget I sent Christophilus your way to beg you to come back. And then when I wanted to use my wings to be faster to fly somewhere to get help, then you told me, oh, now you want to leave him. Yeah, because you two are there. I couldn't do that on my own, just by him. And who carried Bragi down the mountain? Was that you or was that me?
I want to make it very clear right now that we were going here because we wanted to bring help, because we didn't know what to do, because I wasn't allowed to try something. I came here to get help.
I want insight
And
check
also,
on that.
sure,
Make an insight check.
I'll
All right, that's 22.
Riz, roll either or, deception or persuasion, and
do I tell you what I rolled? Not as in if whether I rolled persuasion or deception, but the
don't
number.
tell what you
Just
what
a
you
number.
rolled. Just a number.
A 10.
Okay.
I absolutely came here to get help. There is a little bit more, but he's about to tell you that. So
I know, but I already know that you were pissed off because I saw it in your face. So.
I
tell
wasn't
me.
just pissed off. If I stayed for a second longer, if you tried to push me, I would have. We would have fought to the death. I don't think I would have won. I think you're a very capable fighter, and I'm not a fighter. But someone would have died. And I'm making you this promise right here, right now, that if you threaten me like that again, or if you threaten Bragi or Agawain like that, any friends, it will be a fight to the death. Do you understand me?
I laugh in your face. I'm sorry, but what you're saying now is just it's you want to fight to the death. All right, sure.
If you threaten me or my friends,
Yeah, maybe
I
if
will
you-
fight
maybe
you.
if you listen to someone, they will ask you to not do something, then begs you, and then after that,
You didn't beg for shit. You told me or else. That's
I-
not how this
I
works.
asked you multiple times to please not to do it. Please
not
don't do
begging.
it.
That's
It's not
ordering.
begging? Oh, what? I should be on one fucking knee going, please, 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 can I suck your cock? Please don't do it. Please, please. I'm sorry.
You know what?
But if somebody
No.
says, would you,
No.
can you
You
please
know what?
not do it? It's a beg.
This is not working.
Just to make it a slightly, I would like Riz and Egwene to both roll a history check, real quick.
Okay. I have to ask it now.
We fought.
Fae, Fiend, or Undead?
Um,
I have
no,
to
this
ask it now.
is- This is no.
Because that would have also been a hint. 21.
Okay. You're not entirely sure. You are in quite a lot of emotions, and you're running through a lot of things that happened in the last couple of hours. But you might have misunderstood a little bit. That's not to say that there wasn't any fault from the other side, but there might have indeed been some pleading.
During the confrontation, the initial confrontation.
Yeah. Egwene, you were busy probing Bragi's corpse, or body, not corpse. You didn't really catch the intent and the emotion at that point, so you wouldn't remember. But
Moloko. Did or did I not cast message on Bragi?
Is that a question that you
Yeah,
need to ask?
I'm asking you this
Is that
question.
a question you need to ask? I know you didn't cast message on Bragi. You casted...
So why the exactly?
Yeah.
And what did you tell me? If I cast message on Bragi, if I use my magic on Bragi,
You were playing with me. You were playing with me. You were making a joke. You were angry when you did it. You wanted to make a point, and I made mine.
and I'm making mine right now, and you laugh in my face. So what's
Yeah.
this?
Because whatever you're saying, it's bullshit.
I would like to make another insight check. Whether he actually found it hilarious that I was going to try and kill him if he threatened someone, whether it was out of like, oh shit, this conversation is going nowhere, whether it was nerves or whatever it could be.
okay, roll for insight.
I can see that you rolled a persuasion check. I'm sorry, Moloko. I'm also on D&D Beyond.
It's okay.
I don't know who we can. Yeah, but you're not. I'm not supposed to know that.
I don't care. You can see what I rolled.
Yeah, fair, but that is a 18.
17.
Okay, what? In not too much detail, because it's quite hard to glean a lot of the finer details when you are in a heated conversation like this. What would Riz glean from you?
That I find it funny that he said he's going to kill me because I would kill him.
I did tell you though, didn't I? That I do think that you would win. That's not my point. Betray my trust like that again, act like a dick like that again, and it will be a fight to the death. I will not be able to contain myself. I want to make that very clear, so you don't do anything stupid.
Once again,
Just like you, I'm giving...
Once again, what you're saying now is total fucking bullshit. First of
No,
all,
it's the truth.
No. First of all, telling me to act like that again, I wasn't the one acting up. I was the one who tried to ask you and to be nice, and you wouldn't want to listen.
Does he believe his own bullshit? That's what Riz is thinking. Want to make that very clear. That's not me. That's Riz. Does he believe his own bullshit?
It's not bullshit.
Make an insight check.
I cast the eye not for nothing. Ooh, that's not great. That's oh, perfect. That's 13.
Okay. Ooh. I think. Okay, what I can glean from this is that there is a misunderstanding in a certain value. But Moloko is, as far as I am aware as a person, would be.
He's standing behind what he is saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to.
Yeah. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm not bullshitting. Nobody.
Yeah.
Indeed. I come from the school of hard knocks. I don't kid around.
I don't for a second believe you went to any school. I think we need each other.
That's not what the school of hard knocks means.
I think we need to work together. I don't think there's any way around that in this current world. I also think we need to be more open with each other. And I also want you to know that if you pull something like that again, that I'm either leaving or someone dies. That's not a joke. Regardless, if we split up, someone is dying. That's probably also fact. Is that clear?
Jesus. This guy. Why do you
So
think
you're not
why do you think
you're
you
not
have
willing
the
to
car-
work together
No,
anymore.
look,
That's where I wanted to go with this.
No, look, why do you think that you have all the cards? Because
I do not. I do not.
Well, you're going at this like I'm some sort of an asshole who did this to you because I wanted to.
I mean, making an attempt on someone's life, kind of the number one rule of determining who's an asshole.
I agree.
Not if you're asking or begging and somebody doesn't listen. And
No.
the only thing I had was that.
If you fear the life of a friend is at stake, you do not make an attempt on the life of another.
It's clear that you value Bragi's life over mine.
I've saved your life countless times.
Do you fear? Do you value Bragi's life over mine? Let me ask you that.
I don't value any life over anybody else's life.
Hey, DM.
Make an insight.
Sorry, I have
Regardless
to.
of what you roll, the answer would probably be the same.
Yeah.
21.
I believe what I say.
Okay.
Why would I go down to save you again if I didn't want to save you? Are you that much of an idiot?
That the answer might be yes to that.
Good.
If I'm
Good that the answer might be yes to that.
I also think you think that we need each other regardless of what you think of me.
No. That's where you're wrong.
I hope I am. I'd rather be happy than be wrong.
Okay, then
No,
you
that
you might
quote
think.
doesn't fully work like that.
No, then you might think that. Keep thinking that. I don't need to be with anybody who doesn't want to be with me.
Moloko, do you honestly feel validated in making an attempt on the life
Yes.
of an ally?
Yes.
How would you
I've told
feel?
this.
How would you feel if I were ready to kill you at a whim? Would you still consider me your ally?
If you ask me something to either
No.
Let me answer that question the way I want to answer that question. If you ask me,
Because you
to
don't do
something-
anything our way.
If you ask me to don't do anything or do something another way, I would do that. You don't even have to get to that point. There's a subtle difference in
No, no.
asking and begging
If
and
I
just
tell-
listening and respecting that, and to ignoring or making a joke out
you,
of it.
you are not respecting me by not answering my question.
I answered your
is,
question.
Yes or no?
If I would feel validated to end your life, would you still consider me your ally?
The answer I already gave you. You wouldn't need to validate my life or end it or or try to end it, because if you ask me something, I would do that as an ally.
You are not my ally.
Okay.
I think we need each other. I don't think it's a good idea to split up.
I heard you, and it's okay. I don't fucking care.
You don't seem to understand
Inside
my
check.
question, which is very frustrating to me.
Yeah, because you want your answer, and I gave it to you, but you don't want the answer that I gave you. You want a simple yes or no,
you're
but
not
it's not a
answering the
simple
same
not
question
a
that I'm
yes or no
asking.
question. There's fucking
My
nuance to
my
it.
decision to end your life would not be determined on you doing what I want or not. It would not hinge on if you're following my command, my will. It would be a judgment of your character, of the actions you undertake on your own accord, not whether you follow through on mine. So let me ask again. If I come to the conclusion that you have pushed things too far, have strayed from a path that I can defend, and have chosen to end your life, would you still consider me an ally?
I would try to kill you too. I wouldn't let you kill me. I would kill
Give
you
us
too.
a yes or no. This is
This is
not
the
a
answer.
hard question.
It
No,
is
you
a
would
hard
not
question
let me know.
because there's so much fucking nuance to it. There's so much what ifs. You say yes or no, but it's not. Life isn't yes or no. Life isn't gray. Or isn't black and white.
There's
It's
one thing I
gray.
know is that life only exists in grades of shade.
Yes.
In
So then you
grades of
know
shade.
that no, this question is not a yes or no question. And you know this, and then you still insist me answering yes or no. There is no yes or no in this question. I've given you my answer. You can either deal with it or don't deal with it. I don't give a fucking ass anymore.
See, you do not currently consider me your ally. That's what I'm taking from this.
I'm not. It's not a yes or no. Am I your ally now? We're in this together. I saved your life too. And I would do it again. And I would do it again. And I would do anything to save your life. Even if it means that I have to kill somebody else in our party to save a life.
See,
That's
but
the only-
that
that's the only
doesn't
thing
make
you
sense.
don't understand.
That because I wasn't about to kill Bragi. It wasn't a life for a life. It was me trying something that I believed to be good.
Are we still on this shit? You know how I think about it. I've given.
Oh,
you,
I do. I do.
Told you what I told you. I asked first, then I begged, and then if that didn't work, I had to do something drastic, and I did it. You wanted to cross that line, you crossed it. You found
I'm
out,
not the one who
you
crossed the
found
line.
out. You found out how I respond. You know what I would have done. And now you think that I owe you some sort of an apology?
Oh, I don't give a fuck about an apology. I want to make sure that we know where we stand right now. And I'm very clear on that. And I walk away.
Typical.
It's a shame you choose your own pride, your own word, your own point of view so highly over that of others. I'm so deeply upset by the fact you cannot even believe your uncles would speak highly of you. That you have skills, you are a man who can make his own path, which they respect. You scoff at that.
You
As
told
my
me.
perspective.
Please,
the
could you
entire
stop with
world-
the whining and the shit? I mean, why don't you make like your friend and turn around? You don't know my family. The only thing you know is that you think you know my family. You weren't there when what they told me. You weren't there how they treated me and my mom. You think you know, but you know shit. You only have faith in your scholars and your fucking shit.
Why
You
do
haven't done
no
anything
faith?
in real life, I guess.
I've lived for well over a century. You think I've not partaken in life, what life has to offer? I've not dealt with my own fair share
Well,
of
it seems
family
like
drama?
but it's not family drama I'm talking about.
Oh, what
I'm
is it
talking
then?
about the adventuring life because I've been about it for all my life.
And
I
you've
di-
still
I
not
didn't get
learned
I
how
didn't
to make and maintain allies. It's a shame. It's a
there's
God-given shame.
well, I maintain my allies just by doing right by
Yeah,
them.
by calling the ones that would oppose you. It's clear. Have a good day, Moloko. Please take some time to consider if it could even be possible. There's some truth to what I'm saying instead of
Yeah.
denying simply that possibility, keeping your mind shut because that's easier to you to stand in your own goddamn high ground.
It's easier to get your head
Because
out of your ass to
there
talk.
you will stand alone.
I
I'll
don't.
turn around and walk away.
End scene. Sorry.
Damn.
Bragi wanted to do something.
Ah, god damn it.
Out of character, are we good? Are we the players okay here?
Yeah,
I'm good.
Sure. Why not? Why
Yeah,
wouldn't we be?
out of character, big applause from Napkin.
Thank you, Nep.
No, actually, it was actually very. I mean, it was very like good, enjoyable to listen to. Yes.
Bragi lost the tea.
Napkin lost the tea indeed.
Are you sure your friends are all right? Gorva speaks to you, Bragi.
I think I did a oopsie, Corvus.
What did you do?
When we were on the mountain, I thought I wanted to play some music, and I got my flute, and I played the flute, and then I hear rumbling, and I saw this big thing. And then I knew I kind of fucked up, so I had to get off the mountain, and so the only way out I saw was to to take the fall so the rest could get away. I'm still here, which I'm glad, but now nobody likes each other anymore, and I think it's kind of my fault.
As far as I know, I mean, I do not know your friends that well, and I do not know you that, but it seems that they care a lot more about each other than they let on. And why I say that might be strange, but why would you argue like this if you absolutely if you don't care about it? Wouldn't you just leave?
Yeah, but they shouldn't argue. Just make friends. And No. Egwene is the only one that I know from his race, and Marco is not doing okay, and Wish is also angry, and no.
I think they're more disappointed in each other, which has grown into some very, let's say, harsh thoughts about each other. There are two sides. They are the both sides of the coin, as far as I heard it.
I just hope they realize they're all very amazing beings, and I kind of like them even more than I like my own family, and I just hope they will get along again.
I think they care a lot about you. After all, one was ready to well,
You could say
One
it,
was-
murder.
no. One was ready to overstep another's boundary to save you, and the other one was very much willing to not let that boundary be overstepped, which could have ended up quite badly. I think they care a lot about you.
I should have listened to my parents and just not get along with the music. This wouldn't have happened.
I don't know if the music is the trouble, but you might need to slowly let it die out, I think. They have such different outlooks on life and trust. They come from a very different walk of life, and you can hear it in their reasonings.
A quick out of character question: Is Gorvos horrible?
Horrible?
Horrible.
Huggable.
Oh, huggable.
Everyone is
He is a
huggable.
ghost, so you're not sure you can grab him, but
Not sure if this will work. I'm gonna do it now, but I'm gonna cast a minor illusion of like Bragi myself, so we can hug Gorvos.
Oh, ghost hug! Oh no!
the illusion of Bragi hugs an incorporeal Gorvos.
Thank you,
It's
Gorvos.
it's a bit weird because it's as if you have layered a couple of like
Holograms.
transparent pictures over each other, and they're like a bit off, so they're like flickering between the two.
Yeah.
This is a hologram 2-pack hugging hologram Michael Jackson.
Yeah, actually.
Wow, that's some bad juju right there.
Bragi being the two-pack in this case.
I feel like he's both somehow.
The king of pop and the king of rap.
To say thank you, Gorvos, and yeah. Bragi just goes to sleep wherever Gorvos is.
Okay, he is at his cushion fortress that he can't really. I explained the first time you saw him that he has like a nook with a lot of cushions and fabrics, but he can't really sit. But he acts as if he is sitting.
Oh yeah, Bragi does no bounty, so he's gonna lay on the cushions.
Okay.
When Riz walked off, he walked straight towards the library, because where else would he go?
Okay.
And he is looking for books regarding locations of portals to the Feywild.
Okay. Make an investigation check for me.
Which would technically be investigation about Fey.
Yes.
Yes. No. Is it unfair of me to keep saying that? Because
No. That is a fair point. Yeah.
that is a that's good. The 24 total.
There are no books specifically about the Fae. There are books about portals to mirror planes, but most that you can find are for the Shadowfell, and there are a few that speak of passages into the ethereal plane.
I think as soon as he would realize that there's information about the Shadowfell, he would start focusing more and more on that.
Okay.
Um,
There is quite an extensive history of eruptions, as they are called, from the Shadowfell, and that shadow beasts and creatures walked into the material plane and, well, they destroyed much of what they came upon, and very often priests from this very chapel would be sent out to quell them. You see a log of it happening once every 200-300 years, almost
Wow.
as if it's a standard thing that happens. But the log ends in the period that you would know, like 900 years ago. Nobody has been keeping the log since.
Okay. And do I remember correctly that Corvus came into this chapel later, or was he part of the chapel before he died?
He came here much later.
Yeah, okay, I did remember.
As in, he came here approximately 900 years ago.
Got it.
Like a couple of decades after everything went weird.
Is there any speak of locations or a time interval that I can glean from this info?
The time interval would be 200-300 years, and the location would vary, but they all cite the same general area around Stone River, which is the nearest city. I sent you a map.
Yeah.
And
I still
it's
have
the
it.
nearest city to this place.
Always near Stone River. Okay, got it.
And Gorvos was sent here, and remember, to quell one of these. There were mass outbreaks of Shadowfell creatures into the material plane during that period in this kingdom.
And that's
he was sent
presumably
here by
when he died. That's probably.
Yeah, he didn't say that he died by the creatures, but he was meant to quell the eruptions.
Okay. This would probably take a couple of hours, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I would try to find Garwin.
You would find a teary-eyed Garwin.
Even after a couple of hours?
Yep.
Damn. What happened when I went for the pee break?
He's just... give me an insight check on Garwin. That can be fun.
Mm-hmm. Oof. That's an 8.
He seems to be deeply upset about something, but it's very hard to tell how personal it is.
Okay, you're upset. That's all I can tell.
Yep.
Okay. I put a hand on your shoulder. You okay?
Better now, slightly. How are you?
I'm glad we talked. It's very clear what the dynamic is right now, at least.
Just so hard, when and you see the eyes filling his tears again, or his eyes getting teary-eyed again, on the verge of just bursting into tears. When you finally feel like you've come across someone you can trust, instead they just denounce you.
Geez, what happened when I left?
I've come to the understanding that even in our times of desperation, someone I trusted, someone I expected to have the good of all of us in mind, chooses honor and their perception of family over me, us, I suppose.
Are we talking about Moloko still, or?
Yeah.
Okay, I figured that maybe you found out his family consists of assholes too, which wouldn't be
Honestly,
a
what
surprise.
I've experienced from it.
I hate to do this, because you seem to be going through it. But what I do when I go through it is suppress and continue. I found something.
No, lay it on me.
Full disclosure, I don't want the rest to know, but just in case, I was looking for portals to the Feywild in the library. If there was any scripture about it.
I want to be clear.
Sorry?
Before you continue, I want to be clear that you say you don't want the others to know. Why?
Because I think Moloko might actually try to stop me. And I don't want to break Bragi's heart. Or make him angry, because we've seen what he can do to ants. And considering our size to his. Anyway. I found something else about portals and gateways through the ethereal plane to here and the Shadowfell to here, or the Shadow Plane, sorry. And there is a consistent log of what they describe as eruptions every 200 or 300 years. Let's call it 250 years. And we know that Gorvas was sent to this region to quell one of those. That's what he said when we met him. But apparently it's been going on for much, much longer than we initially thought. And it's always near Stone River, so I think that might be a good place to check out. Also a dangerous one, because from what I can tell, it's about time for another eruption. This might be another eruption.
Well, yes, that is concerning. Wait, Shadowfell is the source of power. my ancestors tapped into would have closed the plains. See, I'm working on this theory that our current predicament is caused by us being launched into some sort of pocket itself. Like we've experienced many pockets of planes currently, or over the last few days, and I do believe that the Shadowfell has in some way caused. How should I put this? It's almost like it's dragging in this realm we are currently finding ourselves in. It's why it's been isolated. It's why the decayed and necrotic energies are surrounding us. Why nothing seems right.
Yeah. I think you might be onto something, and I don't know what to do with that information.
Well, if we can find a source of these eruptions, we may find
A way to undo it?
What's like? Perhaps that's the very place. The drain of the bathtub, so to say.
So what you're saying is, do you think there's a possibility that if we go to one of these places where eruptions happen and we go into the Shadowfell or the Shadow Realm, we might be able to find another place to go out and not be in this pocket anymore?
That's one option. We could maybe actually reverse what's happening here. Given enough time to study it, I'm sure I can come up with something.
You have the time.
Yes.
And I also want to make one thing clear real quick, that if I were to actively make the choice to leave, I would let you know.
I appreciate it.
I'm not doing that now, not just because there's no gateways to the Fey Realm here, but at least that I know. But do you think we should take? Do you think we should take turns resting, just in case, or is that? Am I being paranoid?
I do not think Moloko would come for us. He's a man of pride, and in his perception, honor. He would not murder folk in their sleep if given the chance. I think he prefers a straight-up fight.
I think you might be right, but yeah, I've never been treated like that. I mean, every time I've died so far was because of my own hubris, and now it was because someone else did something. I had no control over it. So yeah, that's fun.
Well, to be devil's advocate here, in certain cultures, it's how should I put this? When you save someone's life, you may kind of claim a stake in it, claim it as your property, and have a say over it. Do with it as you want. Moloko did save your wife.
A couple of times. He did. He's not lying about that. I mean, he's not lying. I don't think that anything he said was untrue. It's just that we have such different views of what a life is worth, and what honor is, and what's good or bad, or evil even. You did give me an idea, though. Do you think they have any books on his people? Because I don't know a lot about his culture. But maybe it's time to study up.
They are very intense, very focused, and they need to they need to do so because they are quite limited in their lifespan.
So he lives in tents because he has a short life.
Yes, that's what I gather. It's where
I'm sorry to interject, but at that point, Moloko, you in the catacombs would
Yes.
feel a sudden rush of very potent necrotic energy from the room that you were fighting that
Oh wow.
the flame skull in before.
All right. So, okay. Very powerful, you say.
Yeah, at least at the same level.
Of what we fought before?
Yeah.
All right.
love that's a good moral dilemma. I like it.
Yeah, because I'm thinking I might go down by myself. And only Bragi knows that I'm going down there.
And we don't feel this, right? We don't feel anything going
No,
wrong.
it's too far.
Okay.
We're just talking about the birds and the bees. Mostly about the birds.
Mostly about the birds.
Bird and the bees.
I go invisible. I know it's not gonna do anything, but I know I feel safer that way, and I want to go down further, really stealthily.
Okay. Make a stealth roll for me.
Yeah. 15.
Okay. You approached that direction, that room. Okay. With your, do you have dark vision?
No, I don't.
But he can fly.
Yeah, you fly through darkness for a moment, but you know where it is, and you've flown it before. And suddenly, you see as you come around the corner, that entire room is filled with a sea of flames. They are very, very hot flames. They are yellowish, turning blue at the tips. It's from this distance already. It's very hot, and there seems to be a very dark necrotic energy in the middle.
Do I see like any symbols or anything? Runes?
You do not see any runes because the bright light from the flames is too dazzling
Right.
to see through.
Then I go back up.
Okay. At that point as well, Riz and Egwene, Gorvas joins you slowly, as not to spook you, as he is a ghost. And he is holding a intricate blue porcelain pot. And the porcelain pot is real. And that's quite odd because you have seen Corvus attempt to pick up things and been unable to do so. But this porcelain pot is physically present. I thought maybe some calming tea would be appreciated.
Is this a
Tea?
Sheldon?
How are you carrying that?
Oh, this is This was made by, you could say, by my mentor long ago. It is somewhat magical.
And therefore you can carry it? You can carry magical items?
Yes, yes. Such as that magic can harm me. That means I can touch magic.
That makes sense. May I?
Yes, of course. And he pours you. Oddly
I-
enough, the tea it's warm, but it doesn't look hot.
I was kind of asking for the teapot, not the.
He is holding a cup, a, an I would say an Orient, like an Chinese-inspired porcelain cup that is also intricately designed, and that he can also hold physically.
I am
But he
mostly
hands you the bottle.
curious about the actual magic. What is it? And I try to investigate the teapot.
Maurice, you're
Okay.
acting like you've never seen a magical teapot before.
I have not actually.
Oh, well then go ahead. Not here to spoil your fun.
Make an investigation check.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay. You gather the teapot is meant to either keep the tea warm, potentially indefinitely, or it is creating tea. That is therefore still hot.
So wait, how does this work? Is this does it pour tea from another dimension? Is there a tea dimension? Is it just what you put in it becomes tea and stays tea and hot? What and I start playing with it, like pouring it out to see if it stops when I expect it to stop.
It definitely stops, and as you pour the tea, it vanishes midair, about 5 foot down. So when it would hit the ground, it vanishes.
Does it teleport back into the teapot? Is that why it's infinite? And I undo like the tilting of the pot and try to tilt again to see if it drips again.
It does drip, and it vanishes again the moment it touches the floor.
This is fascinating. Thank you. I needed a little bit of a distraction. May I pour you all some tea?
I do not mean to be a killjoy, but I'm afraid you have poured most of the tea out.
Oh, it's not an infinite supply like Bragi's bag.
No. It can pour a certain number of teas per day.
Ah, I'm
Which is
so
fine.
sorry.
And you have now poured 2 out.
I will.
That means that there are still enough for 3 persons.
I will skip. I will skip this round of tea. Then I'm very sorry. I've had 2 apparently.
That's very fine. I cannot drink the tea itself. I can handle the pot, but I cannot drink the tea.
True. Agawain, tea.
Oh, yes, lovely.
Pour 2 cups of tea, and I hand the teapot back to Gorvas. And
We'll work up with Bragi, shall we?
I was about to say I pick up the second tea and I'll look for Bragi.
As you start to look around, Gorvas interjects briefly. Do you mind? I have something to ponder. Your friend, your hippo friend, Bragi, the one who loves spaghetti so much.
Yes?
He seems to be quite downtrodden. Sad, I would say.
Yeah.
Would you mind trying to make up? I can understand. I've heard, it's a pain to be so perceptive when you are undead, like me. I notice a lot more things than I used to.
We were not being very secretive either. We were
No, but
pretty loud.
I didn't mean to pry on your conversation. It's merely that I cannot close my ears, as you.
No, that's not a problem as far as I'm concerned, at least. Sorry for having such an intense conversation in your home.
Not at all.
The tea is kind of for hopefully cheering Bragi up a little bit.
Yes, but I also wish to ask you a brief question.
Yes.
As far as I am, as far as I've heard, there seems to be a lot of similarities between you and your friend that you have some issues with. I do not mean to
Similarities?
pry, and I do not mean to assume, but you have both, let's say, you have both a strong way of living.
Strong conviction.
Yes, you have a thought and you have a process. And I do not want to say one holds more or less value, and I do not wish to say that no one shares in pain. That is to say, both sides have a share in this unfortunate happenstance. I merely wish to say that you are still both alive, so I urge you to make the most of it.
And as I said, Moloko probably doesn't have all that long to make amends. I mean, my people have the luxury of waiting it out a decade or so, let emotions calm down. Wouldn't do that in this situation.
You'd think that for someone who lives for a short time, they would value life so much that they wouldn't try to end another. And I started taking the tea slowly towards Bragi.
I mean, holding a grudge just becomes all easier, doesn't it? Oh well, thank you. I'll not do that.
I mean, it's been less than a day.
Yeah.
It's been 8-ish hours. Bragi,
Yeah?
are you okay? I brought you some tea. We brought you some tea. I'm assuming Agarwin followed.
He just enters the room a little bit after.
We
Sorry, yeah.
it's been a very intense day, so I just wanted to check up on you.
Once again, are they both in arm's reach?
I'm slowly walking towards you with tea in my hand.
I just grabbed the tea, put it down, and instead of drinking it, I joined them both in. And I'm sorry, he says, and then he drinks the tea.
Why are you sorry?
Yeah, just because.
Do you know what happened?
Maybe.
So, after you went down, we all tried to help you. And Moloko tried some magic, and it didn't work. And the Christophilus tried some magic, and it didn't work. And I wanted to try my magic. I wanted to see if I could whisper in your mind, if you would be able to answer with your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And Moloko didn't want that, so he asked me to stop. And then we had a bit of a fight that kind of escalated.
Ever so slightly.
And he tried to push me off a mountain.
Highly nuanced.
I mean, I am stating the literal facts.
overheard most of it actually. So
Okay.
yeah,
It's not up to me to tell you what I think is right or wrong in this case. But this has nothing to do with you as a person or anything that you could have done to prevent it. I want to make that very clear.
Yeah.
We have our own issues, and we talked about it, and maybe we are slowly starting to at least come to a place where we can continue our adventure together, I guess, if you want to call it that. But yeah, this is not your fault, Bragi.
All I know is if I did not start playing the music, that the monster would not have woken up.
Oh, me.
I don't know if we know that for sure.
At that point, Moloko, you rush out.
Okay. Oh, downstairs.
Flustered?
Things shit is going on. The thing we killed, that's not dead. That's still there. Fire everywhere.
That kind of makes sense. Yeah, it seemed to be a lich-like kind, so it's probably not dead. I didn't think it would come back so fast, though.
Yeah, I don't think it was gone.
At all. If we do want to try to completely kill it, we need to find its source of power. As far as I've read, I don't know if that's good enough for you. We could try that, or we could leave it alone. Or do you think it's gonna attack?
I don't think it can go out.
At that point, you all feel the ground tremble, and a sudden, very heavy thud as bookcases start to collapse and the walls are starting to slightly shift.
What did you say? It cannot get out? I assume defensive positions.
Okay.
We may just want to go in and check on it, maybe. Just a suggestion.
I agree.
Moloko?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bragg's hiding under the table because he heard shaking.
Bragi, please come out.
Yeah, earthquake! Earthquake!
We need you,
I
Bragi.
don't think it's an earthquake.
This is not
Oh.
This is not a drill. This is
I think
shit.
I think the
Earthquake
skull is
Actually,
back.
It's like a giant drill underground.
Gosh darn it, not that thing again.
The good thing is that we know we can beat it.
Yeah.
But if we
Then
if we do beat it again, I think we should go in deeper and try to deactivate it forever.
Yes.
Agreed?
Anybody got problems with fire?
In general, it's not great, but sure.
I'm not the biggest fan of it anymore.
Depends on the
yeah.
context, really.
I love a hot stone massage, but I would like to activate my scimitar Crimson Rite.
Okay.
Just to have that up, because that stays up until the next long rest, and I know we're going into battle.
Okay.
And I only take 1 damage. That's good.
You start your ride, and at that point, flames start to pour out of the door that was the door that was sealed that led into the empty book or empty library.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, flames that are very, very hot already immediately burst out of it,
See, that's the kind of fire I dislike.
These tendrils of flames almost seem to be living, as if they are hands clawing at the sides of the walls, trying to pull something out of it. And they are reaching towards you specifically, the group of you.
Oh shit!
I think we
dodge.
just. I think I would try to. If I see it's living, I would try to make an attack at it.
I want to know
Okay.
if Livia already done the thing with
The
the
tent?
arrows.
Oh, the arrows.
Lydia started with the tent, so you're not sure if she's already done with the arrows. You're not sure how far the arrows were in her itinerary, in her
Yeah.
plan.
All right.
But you could ask. You could go down.
I will do that.
Okay. You rush down. Riz, I would like you to make an attack.
Do I have my Crimson Ride up or not?
Yes, I would say
Okay.
so.
Ooh, that's not super great. That's a 14?
You swipe at it and your blade just goes through the flame. I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
4.
You feel the heat of these flames start to melt your blade.
Just immediately. I'm swiping through it and it's starting to melt.
Yeah, your blade is starting to become like first red hot, glowing, and then start to melt apart. And you release it immediately because even the handle was going to
Burn the
get
shit out of
very
me.
hot.
Yeah.
After that swipe, seeing him drop his weapon in a response, Eggerwin is gonna yell in primordial to the flames, "Stay back!" Just raise a hand, readying a spell.
I'll tell your mother.
Yeah.
Okay, make a persuasion or an intimidation check.
They're equally crappy. Let's go for intimidation. Oh. 15.
Okay. You all hear back loudly screeching, and Agawain, you in primordial hear, "How dare you order me?" As the hand tries to aim at you, I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's not great.
8.
You fail.
Oh no.
Perhaps
What?
unsurprisingly.
What?
You take 11 points of fire damage.
Nice.
And you are on fire.
Ow.
Okay. Still having my spell ready, I would like to cast a second level acid arrow, like right in the middle of the flames.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Please don't suck. Please don't. 19?
That hits.
It's gonna take 17. If it takes acid damage, it would take 17 acid damage now.
I quickly check.
After which I will start panicking that I'm on fire. But you know, the low-key, dignified kind of panic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck. Would we be able to tell if it is or isn't resistant or... what do you call it?
You are afraid that this is maybe not a corporeal flame, in the sense that this may not be part of its body, and you're not sure it can take damage. As far as you're aware, your acid hit some kind of magic and just burned completely.
Bragi puts his hand up and is like, can't we just ask it to like leave?
I tried. It's. I'm fast. He's patting himself.
Did you ask nicely though?
I think this is the point where we run.
At that point, Moloko,
Yes.
you come into Lydia's room, and Lydia is trembling. The bones are uncontrollably trembling. And she's in a corner,
Oh,
with her hand over her head.
are you all right? Guess not. I grab her.
Thing. Okay, you grab her.
Yeah.
She does not resist. You can just easily grab her. And she's not that heavy. She's only a bust with like skeletal hands.
Yeah. I asked, did you finish any of the arrows?
Not the arrows. I finished the light weapon and the tent.
Okay. I'll just I'll. Oh. Is the tent very heavy and the light weapon?
The tent, you see, it looks like a normal tent, one that you were used to, one that you might even have used once during your travels. It looks like a very normal tent, so probably not that heavy.
Okay, and is it in a sack or something? Or is
Yes, it's bound neatly in a leather
All right.
like wrapping.
All right, then I grab that and the sword or the weapon.
Okay.
And I get the hell out of there.
Okay. As you rush up, Gorvas stands in between Bragi and a flaming hand that is trying to reach you. And as Gorvas moves his hands a bit and his lantern, he flicks his lantern and a blue flame strikes the weird claw, this fiery claw, and it repels, and Gorvas sinks down to the ground. This is run now.
I will, and I'm running.
Both of us get into the bag of holding.
Oh no.
Grab
He doesn't
that-
need to breathe. He doesn't need to breathe.
Ooh, yeah.
Grab
He's a
I cannot
ghost.
I'll
escape.
grab Bragi by the hand and just start pulling him with.
and I'm pushing him from the back.
Don't be afraid. Bragi's booking it on all fours.
Oh no. Bragi, see, you don't need to play music. Things just go sideways.
You all start running.
Yeah.
You bolt it out, and you see another bright flash of fire against fire. And Gorvas, you see as you look back, his quite clearly bluish, transparent appearance begins to pale and get less and less visible, almost as if he's being destroyed, like erased.
Oh no.
No.
Can I
That's
try
horrible.
to assist him in fending off the flames while I'm running Ray of Frosting the flame? It's
You
60
can certainly
feet.
try.
Can I give Gorvas bardic inspiration?
Sure. Yes.
I am running. Do I roll a disadvantage or just normal?
Well, if you are running, you cannot dash because it's
True.
an action to cast Ray of Frost. The others are probably dashing.
Yeah, can I take a second to see around how bad of an idea that is?
The flame is these hands of flames, these claws have made their way completely within the room, and the only reason that they have not yet shredded you is
It's
because
because of
Gorvas
Gorvas.
is in the middle.
Okay.
And at that point, as you quickly look around, what is the situation? You see an entire skeletal figure, ornately covered in gold and jewels, with red ruby eyes, look at you as you look back at it. and it starts to whisper something, and you hear it in your head. Die.
Is that power word kill or something?
You're not sure.
Did I just die?
It does not have an effect on you yet, but it is intent on killing you.
Okay.
It seems that you are still shielded by whatever Gorvas is attempting.
Okay.
As I'm running, I will try to steady my breath and use that my bonus action while I'm dashing to give myself a healing word.
Okay.
That's probably fair.
You are on fire, so you take another. It's good that you're trying to heal yourself, because now I know that you are going to take damage.
No.
You take another 5 points of fire damage.
How do I turn the fire off?
You would know from experience that fire would take like an action to take out if it is not a specifically magical flame. This might be a specifically magical flame. You're not quite sure.
I'm assuming. If it's
Yes,
burning this off.
you have an inkling. Yes.
I keep running. I dash. I don't use spell.
Okay.
It seems risky.
You dash up the tower, and you will make it outside in this turn, I would say. And as you make it outside, you see the entire floor underneath you begin to glow, and you see a sea of flame underneath this obsidian glass floor, which is only slightly covered by ash due to probably a storm. And you see a massive sea of flame underneath it. Whatever was underneath has been completely burned away and is only flame.
You mean whatever was underneath, we unleashed it?
Yeah.
Only.
Yeah.
I assume you just bolt away as far as you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
What direction do you pick? Do you go into the direction of the waterfall and the river?
Yes.
Or do you go towards the cave?
Waterfall
Oh.
river.
Yep.
Water.
Okay. You go into the direction of the water, and
I'm slowly changing my theory that this place is actually made to keep ancient powerful entities away from the prime. Oh God, what have we gotten ourselves into?
Can we make it to the hag?
She's pretty far away, but if we keep running,
Mommy Matilda.
Christophilus.
there is no response to Christophily.
Fuck.
Bragi,
Yeah.
you say Mommy Matilda, and you hear in the back of your head suddenly like an annoying crow sound, and yeah, and it's shrieking, and suddenly in front of you, out of nowhere, appears Tim, the bird
Oh, yeah.
of Matilda. What the fuck have you done?
No idea. Can you help us, please?
We killed a
No?
flaming skull down in under the catacombs of the chapel. We thought it couldn't move, but apparently it was sealing something instead of just being the something. That's my working theory.
Yes, that entire temple was built to seal that arch-lich in that place.
Whoopsie.
Knowing that what I saw was probably the Archlich. Have I read anything about it? There must be something about that I have read. Because Archlich is super old.
You know about liches. You do not specifically know this one. You know that there are many. An arch-lich is known to be an extremely old variant of it, and considering that they are liches, these type of archliches don't leave their lair, so that was also their lair where you
Mhm.
were, which means that it is even more powerful. But you're not quite familiar with this. You haven't read anything specific about this. Might
Okay.
even have been on purpose. The knowledge might have been kept secret so that no one tries to do something stupid.
The Archlich deleted their browser history.
Yeah. Well, probably the
Someone did.
temple
Yeah.
deleted it. It might have been inside the library that was sealed behind the door that was locked. That was completely empty. If you remember, that was where
Wonder
the
what
entrance.
to have had like yesterday.
Yeah. And as far as I know, the Archlich is still bound to this location, or not?
You have a. Yes, it's very likely that its phylactery is still there, or that might have been that its phylactery was indestructible by any normal means, that there is a specific way to destroy it, or it might not have one and be specifically sealed to that place.
Okay.
Either or is possible, and it would generally mean that it can't move freely.
It probably cannot move away, so I think we need to make a plan on how to put it back.
As you say that, a pillar of flame erupts from behind, and it reaches far into the clouds. Though the clouds do not seem to shift by it, it seems the clouds are of a more powerful nature than even this lich can affect. But the pillar of flame is bright, and even from here you can feel its heat.
Well, let's put up a tent.
Never mind, run.
Well, that place was nice while it lasted.
Matilda, might we reconvene at your place? We might need some advice.
The crow's voice changes. You cannot find my place, but come to the waterfall. That should be more than safe enough for you.
All right, see you there. And zoom.
Zo'n booking is straight to the waterfall.
You rush it through dodging the remains of the bluish flame. You notice that the only trees that are still standing are the ones that are protected somewhat. The rest of the forest, which was very much dead, has been completely burned and evaporated.
But that was
There are no
due to-
remains. There is no ash on the floor either.
It's just plain.
Most of it is. Yeah, it's basically a glass floor, an obsidian floor, with some trees that are still standing, as if nothing happened.
Oh, that's not great.
This very much sucks.
Can you fly up and see if anything is following us?
Yeah, I can. And I put the skeleton down, and I give him his sword or his weapon, and and the tent.
My hands are completely full.
I believe you were looking for this, and I go up and I see what I can see.
Thank
you
you.
see flashes of that very yellowish flame strike around wildly around this massive pillar of flame that keeps burning. And you see a very, very small blue light deep within the pillar.
Oh no.
And it's still managing to pierce through the pillar, but it's faint and it's very, very tiny from this distance.
You mean
Gorvas?
Gorvas?
Well, the good news is we're not being followed. The bad news is Gorvas are still there. Well, that's also sort of good news, but well, it doesn't seem like he's lasting a long time.
Oh, we need to help. We need to help him somehow, quick.
Is there? I don't think there's anything we can do. He gave up his life for ours.
Always seems that gods have very little patience for the squabbles of mortals. I mean to say, great misfortune is descending upon this land through our, I don't want to say negligence, but it what's the word I'm looking for? Uncarefulness.
Back.
I assume you are still continuing on your way towards the
Oh, yeah. Wonderful.
waterfall. What you do notice as you near the waterfall, the tiny streams that were there before, they are gone. There are no tiny rivers leading towards the point, but as you approach the waterfall, you do still hear the water. And as you are next to it, you all feel a sudden calm. The heat from the fire before is completely gone. You feel somewhat safe, as if everything that you had just ran away from is very, very distant. And you see, as this is slightly higher than the rest of the forest, here there are still those undead trees mixed with the pristine living ones. Around this waterfall and quite far, those blue flames have not been able to touch this place. And magically, the waterfall is producing water on its own.
Is it safe to assume that the trees are still untouched because of the magic of the hag?
You assume, knowing the most about hags, you have entered the domain of the hag.
Yeah. Okay. Do you see her
Meaning that
anywhere?
the hag was powerful enough to repel whatever the blue flame was
Mhm.
on a massive area. Like, her domain is pretty large.
Hello?
I'm impressed.
As you say hello, out of nowhere, in front of you, suddenly the nice appearance, the appearance of a young female in white robes. Yes.
Matilda?
Yes, dear.
Oh gosh, I'm glad to see you. Oh, we made it.
I am very impressed that you have made it.
So, we might have to have a slight problem,
We fucked up.
as you noticed.
I know. I know very well. You have done quite interesting things.
Exactly.
Is there anything you can tell us about this particular Archlich?
What would you like to know, and what are you willing to offer?
I'm assuming that this Archlich is a threat to you and your domain. I intend to somehow, if possible, either contain the Archlich once more or... Well, let's keep it with containment. I don't think we can defeat it in any way.
Would you mind me taking a hair? A single strand of hair would be enough. I can give you some information.
Bragi pulls off a hair from his belly button and gives it to
Wait,
her.
wait. Would I know what a hag would be able to do with a single hair of a person? Knowing...
Myriad things.
Yeah.
There are varying different spells and rituals that could use an effect of a person. Not only for scrying, but also in the cases of hags, a curse or a way of possessing someone might all require some personal effect.
Bragi?
Bragi, don't want to end up married this early in your life.
She might be able to curse you with that single hair even 20 years from now or longer. So I
could
don't...
curse him while he's dead.
Yeah, probably.
Why don't you use your eye and roll some insight?
Would it still be up?
No, it
No, I
lasts
don't.
for
10 minutes, right?
10 minutes.
I could cast it again, but...
Can I roll for insight on what she wants to do with it? The hair?
You can attempt to ascertain if she means harm with it. Yes.
Alright.
I just straight up ask her, is there a specific reason you're asking for a hair
16.
of one of us?
What did you say, Monaco?
16.
She is very hard to read. She is devious, and she is smiling gleefully after having taken the hair. And she puts it in her palm, and she closes her palm, and it's gone.
Oh, someone already gave a hair?
Yeah, Bragi.
Bragi gave...
Bragi gave a hair from his belly button.
Oh, God.
Oh, what I'm going to do with it?
Yes, if you're willing to share that information for free.
Not for free.
Okay.
You
never
can
mind.
offer me
a hair?
hair.
Ah.
Mommy Matilda,
Yes, dear.
can I entice you once again with a tiny bit of spaghetti to tell us what you're gonna do?
No, thank you.
Please?
When's the last time you've heard beautiful music, Matilda? Would that be something you'd be interested in?
I'm not really the musical type of gal. You would need to visit my sister.
Oh.
In that case.
That
But
would
don't
def-
worry about the hair, that's nothing. But I've been paid, so I will give you some information. After all, I keep my bargains fair. That Lich, though not a problem to my domain, not at all, could cause quite some harm to the world. Luckily, there is some kind of persistent priest that has.
Gorvas.
Yes.
He's gone, I'm pretty sure.
So, no, that righteous bastard won't die.
That's
Such a
good to
prick.
hear.
Anyway, his god has deemed it necessary to intervene. They will be locked in whatever stalemate they are in now. But were the connection with his god to slightly skew, the Lich would easily take him
And be free.
and be free, yes. And destroy pretty much everything. He is a much more dangerous foe than that shadow dragon you released.
Is
That's
there a
gone.
way?
Fun. Yes, but like the shadow dragon was already a formidable foe for like the
group.
majority of the population here. Well, the entire country. And this Lich is even worse.
Oh no.
Is there a way to help Gorvas seal the Lich? I pluck out a hair and I give it to her.
Thank you. Yes, there are various ways of sealing such creatures. You have seen a seal yourself. After all, you broke it. It was very fun. But something that you might achieve. There is an object, but it's not here.
Do you know
It is
which object?
powerful enough. Certainly.
Where is it?
Excuse me.
It would be in the capital of this. Well, the former capital of whatever land is this left.
Take out the map. Can you point?
I'm the map.
Stone River?
No, Stone River is the nearest city.
Yeah.
If you are looking at the map, it would be White Hill Hall. White Hills Hall. It's
Oh.
to the
To the right of the map.
Yeah. yeah, the right side. In the middle right, there are a lot of hills and a river, and it's on the river.
Yeah.
Next to it.
Oh, right about.
On the river of Babylon?
I think we should probably check out Stone River because it's on the way, and try to hop from city to city on our way to White Kills Hall, and see if we can find this item. I feel terrible about how we essentially doomed this continent. Do you agree that we should do something about this?
Bragi's not gonna lie, Bragi doesn't give a shit about this continent, but Bragi does give a lot of shits about Corvus.
That's fair. So you agree in Ascension? In Ascensi? That was my Dutch slipped through. Moloko, Eggerwain? What do you think?
I'll turn to see Moloko's response first.
Wow. That is this even a question? I'm down.
Eggerwain?
I feel like we are looking for a way out of this realm one way or the other, and maybe we can find a means to protect it while we're at it.
Oh,
All right.
Talking about realms, Bragi has a question for Matilda.
Yes, dear.
So, you can you kind of see a lot of things like all over the continent, or?
If I wish, I can see quite far, but why?
So, well, the Lich is an oopsie, but there also did happen another oopsie not that long before that.
Oh, that
Tell
oopsie.
me about it.
So, a giant, big snake dragon with no wings looking thing, kinda whammed itself into me, and now I have this weird thing going on in my head.
As you say that, you see her eyes glow red and then turn black, and a shadowy mist comes out of them, and her entire form shifts into that of a very ugly, old hag, like elongated fingers, her entire form bent over and into
No.
itself. And she looks at you, points her finger. You. How? Why are you? Why are you alive, little hippo?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
That thing is older than this world. It is from the previous world. It should have disappeared when the world changed anew.
What?
How?
Am I old now?
No, but you are no longer of this world.
Mommy Matilda, I don't want to be rude, but I technically wasn't from this world to begin with.
Yes, no, what I mean to say, dear.
Yeah,
By world, I mean
sometimes takes a little-
existence. All the planes are part of this existence, and you are no longer of this existence.
Oopsie.
Like, you are no longer whatever you are. You should not exist. Not in this world, not in any world.
Are you saying Bragi exists but at the same time doesn't?
Oh, no, no, no. I'm saying that Bragi once existed. But he was reshaped. As you could say, recreated into nothing.
That's harsh.
How can you be created into nothing?
It is something the Creator did. Long, long ago, there was a previous world. An entire existence with planes and creatures. But the Creator destroyed it all and reformed this world.
Do I have
And
that in my
birth
head now?
new creatures, which are we, but not
Well,
you.
not gonna lie, Miss Mommy Matilda, the creator kinda sucks though, cause why the frick would he make a angry ass flaming skull?
The creator didn't make that. We did.
Are
I
we the
understand.
creators?
You misunderstand creation and fate. The Creator made a world that could grow into the future and change. Faith is what guides change. But the Creator did not make faith.
But if I eat too much spaghetti at the same time, I am creating a lot of gas. So I'm basically fated to fart. So I am the creator, but I'm also not the creator. So I am just my own creator?
You are your own fart, Bragi, yes.
I think the only reason why you are is because you are a hippo.
I know, I've always been a hippo, as far as I know.
Yes. Interesting. And her eyes turn red again and her shape reforms. Sorry. That's very, very interesting. I have gained quite a lot of insight.
Is that worth any more information, perchance?
A risk gets
I
me.
have worked very hard for this insight. It's not something that you granted to me.
But
But I
without
will
it,
give you a tiny bit of information about your friend, the hippo.
yes, please.
He
It
also wants
seems
to know.
his kind may not have died when the previous world was destroyed.
Are you saying the hippo folk are from before our existence? Before
That
this
might
world?
be. That is the only explanation I could come to. And it fits, strangely. They were adrift in the astral sea when all the planes shaped. Maybe they have even drifted in the void itself. That would be wonderful.
So they're even older than elves?
I have no knowledge of the origin of elves, per se. I do know that the elves were from a very different world entirely. Not only world, but like realm, a different space.
Okay.
I do not know what came first, the chicken or the egg.
The elf or the, the hippo?
Oh, for reality.
I do now know that both came before the gods, and that is quite interesting to know.
And
If you want more answers, you should really seek out.
I think you cut off.
Yeah.
Who should we seek out?
Do you know of Lady Loria?
Do I know of Lady Loria?
You have briefly heard about her from the dead god.
Right.
her friend.
We have heard.
She is well known to know the most of all living creatures. Well, of all creatures, dead or alive.
She knows most of all creatures.
Yes, not even the goddess of wisdom would dare to know more than. Which is your little patron.
I wouldn't call her little.
She was but a mere child when I already walked this world. Why wouldn't I dare call her little?
I said I wouldn't call her little.
True. True.
Potato, potato.
I would
have
not.
already given you more than
Can I ask one last question, Mommy Matilda?
Yes, dear.
So basically, now that I'm old, can I call you little?
I'll just kind of position myself in between Bragi and her. Kind of, don't take it that too seriously. I suppose that was a joke. Right, Bragi?
As you say that, she steps back and just disappears.
Oh well.
Oh,
Great. Do we know what we need to find?
Well, she was talking about an item that we could find in this, what used to be the capital of this place.
Yeah. But do we know the item?
No.
As you ask that, you hear in the back of your head, it is a sphere. It looks like a pointy ball. It is in the capital, in the palace, in the throne room.
Okay.
Ugh, how disgusting. Sorry, you have been in contact with that skull,
That I
Yeah.
did.
and you feel her presence disappear.
Okay. So,
Matilda? Hello? Don't be gone.
well, at least I know now what we are looking for. and where
She
to
does not
find it.
react.
Oh.
You do?
Yeah, she told me.
What are we looking for?
What?
We're looking for a sphere in the throne room.
Okay. That's very specific. That's great.
Yeah. Good thing I asked, I guess. Let's go.
Do we go straight for the capital? Because that's far away. Or do we make a couple of stops in between?
Yeah.
I don't know how much time we have, but
We have the tent.
true.
We do not, however, have rations.
No.
I can find food and drinkable stuff.
We have spaghetti.
Yeah, we have infinite spaghetti.
You have a lot of
Exactly.
food. You do not have an infinite supply of drink yet. So
No.
You're saying you can't drink pasta sauce? Challenge accepted, man.
Well, it's a liquid.
Some is made with
I don't.
wine.
I don't think you survive long on pasta sauce.
I mean, I went to uni. I can confirm you can't survive. it.
If noodles work.
Yes, but like noodles have the liquid of like
Yeah, okay.
the boiled liquid that you pour into it. Like pasta alone is not only salty, it also is not like a soup.
Are you claiming that those noodles aren't salty as hell?
Yes, they are, but they also have more liquid.
Are
there
you
is a soup.
saying the great pasta god in the sky would not provide for us?
Are
I
you?
don't
I-
think so.
I don't have. I don't have a pasta god.
Anyway, DM, do we pass basically through or right next to Stone River if we go straight to White Kills Hall?
You would pass right next to it. You
Okay.
are unaware how to really get off this. You are currently on a plateau. That means, and with that I mean like at high altitude. You are in a valley, so the peaks of the mountains are a lot higher, but you are still quite high in altitude. You would first need to get down as far as possible. Yes, I know.
Okay,
I thought this was.
perfect. No,
I didn't even read it. I just knew what you were going to say.
I just sent him a DM. Guess what it says? No.
It's almost 11.
Yes.
No, but if you were to go to the capital, you would come right next to it. You would probably have to walk through it,
Mhm.
as the road probably passes through it.
How's Lydia doing?
Yeah, Lydia, are you okay?
Lydia is passed out.
Passed out, not dead. Well, undead dead.
Normally dead.
So actually dead. There's no more undead life in her.
No, she's undead. Like, dead as an undead is dead. Living undead.
Okay, got it. There's still a force in her. She's not gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Unconscious.
But also unconscious.
Yeah, she's unconscious.
With very much uncertain things, I will try to attach it to Bragi.
Attach what?
Lydia to Bragi.
Oh.
Okay.
I think maybe is it wise to protect her from the outside by putting her. I'm not saying put her in the bag of holding, but maybe
But
put
I'm
her
also
somewhere
not
where.
saying not put her in a bag of holding.
I'm saying it's an option. I'm just not saying if it's the best option. We should brainstorm it maybe. If one of those sun rays hits her, she's immediately gonna end, and I don't want that.
Then why don't we put her inside of the tent?
If we're gonna open the tent right now, then yes, but we're not gonna rest now, are we?
No, but we can put her inside of the bag of the tent.
Is there space for
There's-
Lydia?
No, the tent is it's pretty tightly packed.
Damn it.
Mhm.
That
It was.
would've been
It's not a
awesome.
bad idea.
Maybe
Can I-
maybe someone who has greater.
I have a cloak. Maybe I can pack her in my cloak,
You can hang her around your neck.
and then have the cloak over it.
Yeah.
So would she be fully protected from the elements?
Yes.
I would do that then.
And I rolled it for survival for to see if I can find anything to drink.
We're at a waterfall, aren't we?
You are currently at a waterfall, so there is plenty to drink.
No, but
and
I mean
strangely
upstairs,
enough,
like around, so to see how many rations I need to take, or if we could find water.
oh, you are looking further into the
Yeah,
further along the path.
yeah.
It's strange, but you cannot see as far as you would like to see. You can see quite far, but you are used to being able to see like the horizon, and the horizon would be like at least 3 or 4 times further than what you can see now. It's as if something is obfuscating your sight beyond a certain range.
Don't like that.
It's possible that it's just the hags, Matilda, her like her territory that we can see, maybe. If we step out of her territory, then maybe we can see further. So I think we should just make a move towards Stone River, get some supplies there.
Can we?
You do know that Stone River is about a day and a little. Like it's a full 8-hour walk, and that is what usually is used in D&D to say like, okay, after 8 hours you are pretty exhausted.
Yeah.
So it's a full 8 hours. Well, yeah, plus another 2, so it's a full 10 hours. You could do it in one go
Would we have the?
if you want to make sure that you reach.
If the weather allows, I think we should go straight for Stone River.
I will
The coming 24 hours was just that very strange
Dark cloud.
dark cloud.
I'm trying to find a map, but I can't. Where should I look?
It's pinned in the general chat of Discord. So on the top you have vastgepinde berichten.
The only channel I didn't check.
Haha!
And if you do download it, it is a very much better quality.
True.
Because you can't zoom in. You can open it in the browser.
Yeah. before we leave Mommy Matilda, can Bragi do something that he wanted to do for a while since the first time we came across her?
Okay, yeah, sure. What are you?
Oh no.
Bragi kind of realized, like, maybe that was not the smartest thing to say, so he kind of felt bad. And there is a reason why he's calling it Mommy Matilda. First time, after the first time I came across her, I made a very bad drawing in Microsoft Paint, in like typical Bragi drawing style.
Uh-huh.
So Braggy's gonna grab his painting that he made, and he's gonna scribble on it, "I'm sorry," with a little heart, so that he just leaves it on the ground before they leave.
That is adorable.
Look at it.
Also moderately concerning.
Okay.
Oh, I love that it's just an R again, but upside down.
Yeah, exactly. It's Braggy.
Oh, that's so cute.
You leave that and you make ready for the journey ahead, and that's a good place to leave it
Yeah, I
for
think so.
next session.
Agreed.
Yay.
Damn. That was good.
That was really good.
We did
That was
it
meaty.
several times in a row.
Like, I am not. Okay, so brief opening of the DM mind.
Mm.
Like, I am not making you like do these things. Like,
No, you dangle a carrot and we're eating the carrot every single time.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so
If I didn't go down, I probably wouldn't have woken that thing.
I think you would have still. We would have. I think it was gonna happen anyway because we destroyed the seal beforehand. It just needed some time to
Yeah.
recharge. That's my theory, at least.
yeah. Okay, so had you not destroyed the seal but just destroyed the skull
Sure.
would have just reformed normally. But you destroyed the seal, which unleashed
The Lich.
the Lich.
Yep.
So
Be
it's not
smart.
like I feel as if I am just putting you into, or putting like very dangerous creatures against you. But that's like,
And we do our best to make it more dangerous for ourselves.
Yes.
yeah, but I mean, this was like an option. I kept it open, but I wasn't expecting you to
Actually, fuck it
destroy
up.
the seal.
I
I
think
mean, I'm all for it.
I was about to say, I think it's good to know about us, and now you have learned this about us, that we will we will try to do everything. Even if we know it's not a good idea. Although I didn't think this would happen. I really thought we had just destroyed this ward of like the bigger dungeon underneath or something that we could explore.
There was something beneath, like
Was?
well, I said last session that there was an illusion that was very clearly an illusion.
Yes. But also was? Is it completely engulfed in flames now?
Very likely.
We'll find out when we return if we make it.
I was about to say, if we manage to subdue the Lich, then maybe we can still explore.
Let's say maybe not smart to go there now, considering
No.
burn to ashes.
But when have we ever been smart? We need an episode name, by the way.
Well, let's first wrap up the stream. Let's perhaps.
The Lich
Let's
Bitch?
No.
Or I am also a fan of Schrodinger's Bragi, but that was only a small part of the stream.
Yeah. Okay. I go for bitches be liches.
Bitches be Liches! That's nice!
Shall we do this off stream?
Yep.
Yes, sorry.
Fine.
So we always thank you for watching, and we always end with breasticles. As he
Breasticles.
stated.
Every time.
Breasticles.
What's going on here? Breasticles.
Was that the official
Uh,
end? Oh.
Next
Sorry.
week, join us for some finally some exploration of the rest of the world.
Just FYI, we're role playing every single kilometer that we do. So it's gonna take a long time, like 3 episodes, maybe 4, before we get to Stone River.
Every meter, you mean? Every meter, every
Yeah,
step.
No,
Just-
no one else. Probably every possible tiny thing we see.
We're just gonna live stream us actually walking.
I hope we find a lot of books along the way so we can read it.
Oh, that would be great.
Oh no.
I'll start writing some books so that you can read while exploring.
Anyway,
Is it time for breasticles?
Yeah. 1, 2, breasticles. 3,
Breasticles.
Breasticles.
Fuck. 1, breasticles, 2, 3, fuck.
breasticles. Fuck you. All right. Bye.